the fighter and the kid. Had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Bryan, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callen on the left, with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG, must see TV. Had to do it. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby. Yeah, I was a hell of a soccer player. Could have been pro.
1-0 almost over.
Ow. 1-0. Oh, fuck. Harlan, you got to be careful with that mic.
Talk
Yeah.
to HR.
Yeah.
HR.
You're looking at him.
And he's wearing camo.
Yeah. we run hard around here.
We run hard. Harlan,
The legend.
well, one of the best comics ever. I would say Harland Williams is one of the great comics, period. And I'm not kidding about that. So you're welcome for that compliment.
Thank you,
Some would say a
Bryan.
tough follow.
Yeah.
He just gets up into his crowd.
Well, he'll do your material better than you. He'll do a hodgepodge of your material. He's done that to me many times. When I had I was doing the butter police, and then swine flu was out, and you kept talking about how the bacon police was out there too.
Oh, yeah, you did the bacon police.
Yeah.
Why does the mic keep going towards him?
I don't know,
You
but
can
I don't
just
have
try
a
it again. Try it again. It'll be fine.
I don't
I'm
have
sure.
a chin, and this is insulting.
No, you'll be fine.
I'll get it.
There. Ah,
Yeah.
shit.
Looks like
Oh,
Yeah.
like a
podcast
video I
shouldn't
watched
hurt.
the other day.
No, I know. We were talking about the road, Harlan. You don't like doing the road.
This is the first podcast that hurts physically.
Dude, we're manly around here.
Wow.
We are just all men, dude.
We're men.
The mic's rough, chin's rough, rough hands.
Yep.
God.
You're not losing a stitch of your hair, buddy.
No, these are plugs.
Hey,
Plugs?
Yeah,
Where'd you get the plugs?
Sweden.
Sweden?
All school choir boy kids.
Oh, choir boy kids.
Handpicked. I picked them online. You can go on and look at the different boys and pick what hair you want.
Do you stress them out so that they get gray hair and then you take it from them? Or do you color that?
I straighten them. I have a hair straightener,
Mm-hmm.
and then I use, this is a secret, but I use a little bit of food coloring.
Mm-hmm.
It looks phenomenal.
Thanks.
Could you, whatever you're doing, recommend to Bryan? Because my friend Bryan over here decided to cut his hair like a baby ostrich.
I did.
Wow.
Just a few.
So my,
Yeah.
my wife heard the razor going, and she knows that when I have something to do and my hair's looking good and normal, I will say, I have to make a change. And I go downstairs, and before anybody can stop me, I've shaved my head. And she comes down and goes, "No," because she hates it.
Everyone hates it.
It's
You
not.
look like a baby-
It's probably not a
You
flattering
look like a
look.
baby chicken. And then you got like the
got
Russian,
What's the Russian?
who's the Gorbachev. You got the Gorbachev.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
You know you have that, right?
Oh, you mean I have a bit of a birthmark there?
Yeah. It's a
I have the Russian, the
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev birthmark on my head. It's not that noticeable, dude.
oh, it's the first thing I saw.
Well, you're looking down on my
tall.
head.
Harlan's
Yeah.
not short. So he saw.
No.
We all Shin saw it.
I notice it now that you said it. What
yeah,
shape is that? It looks like it's,
Shape of my heart.
it looks like the shape of the Arby's logo, the cowboy hat.
That's right.
Oh, it's branding. It's an endorsement.
what it
deal.
is.
I see what you're doing there, Daddy.
Wow.
For
Tight
Arby's.
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arby's.
We got the meat.
We got the meats.
How funny. Damien had a 666, and you've got an Arby's cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I can't decide who's eviler.
Well, I am, if you look at my body, you can tell I don't eat a whole lot of Arby's. And if I do, it's without the bun, right?
I'd like to look at your body, but I just checked my schedule, and it turns out I'm busy for the rest of my life.
It's just busy for
That's good. There it is. Arby's
It does
roast
look
beef
very
sandwich
similar to the
is
old school
delicious.
Arby's.
Yeah, that's what your birthmark looks like. You should open your mouth and turn into a drive-through.
Yeah, and just let us put meat in there. Am I right? Hot meat.
Show us your meat.
Hey, me and Harlan got
Open the drive-through and
Guys,
show us
Harlan
your
got
meat.
the meat.
Guys, this is stupid.
Oh, you
can't
got the
believe-
beefs. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the code word is
Oh, there's Bryan.
Oh my God. The code
Wow.
word is Arby's. Look at that shape of Siberian.
You and him should get together, stick your foreheads together, and you'll probably turn into Gal Gadot. I would bet you'd turn
Why?
into
Because she
Gal.
has a big forehead?
Not just the two of you pressing your meaty red junk together. Probably, it's like Shazam. You'd turn into Gal Gadot, or
So suddenly we have become one of the most beautiful women in the world.
I think so.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
I know her a little bit, by the way.
How? Through your birthmark?
Well,
Through Instagram?
nope.
Through
I
your
know her
placenta?
because my dear friend Patty Jenkins directed her in Wonder Woman 1, Wonder Woman 2.
Never heard of it.
They're not doing Wonder Woman 3, apparently.
Dear friend dropper.
I know.
Yeah, I'm a friend dropper, but
Is it because Wonder Woman 2 was tough?
I don't know. How did Wonder Woman 2? They don't know because of COVID, right? It wasn't released in
no,
theaters.
it was released, I thought, before that, right? Oh, well, 2020. Yeah, that's about COVID. It was just tough all around.
I don't know.
169.
Not
It's
bad.
a lot of money.
A lot of money they've done.
Yeah, but it probably cost like $300 million to make.
Correct.
So if it only made
All-time
169,
domestic box office, $412 million. That's no joke.
No,
It's called
no,
a
no.
10-pole movie, kids.
Well, that's
No.
dude, that's Wonder Woman 1B.
Okay.
I mean, Chin, we're talking about Wonder Woman.
Oh, no,
2.
we're just comparing the two.
yeah. There it is. Loses $100 million.
Yeah. Yeah, Wonder Woman loses 100 million box office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder Woman 1 crushed.
Yeah.
But 2 was, tough.
Those movies are always,
Superhero movies, though.
Yeah.
You know, you can't call it Wonder Woman anymore, right? Because of the pronoun thing.
Wonder person.
No, just Wonder.
Just wonder.
Wonder they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just wonder they?
Well,
Wonder
just
they.
wonder is what he said, and then you tried
Wonder
to.
brackets.
Wonder.
Right,
Fill in
tried
the
to-
brackets.
Just Wonder.
Wonder.
Just Wonder, and then who knows?
By the way, I just bought my first, on that topic, I just bought my first Wonder bra. My man tits are coming in.
Really?
Oh,
And I had to buy my first bra finally. Yeah.
But you've been so athletic your whole life. You play ice hockey.
It doesn't matter. You can be athletic. When you hit 48, like I just did, you're going to grow titties.
Because
Instant
I looked at
tits.
your Wikipedia. You might be a little older than 48.
Well, I don't think I need
You mean
insults.
biologically?
I
No.
thought I came out here and was manly enough to talk about my bosoms. And then-
biologically,
And you body shamed them for
I
having
did body shame.
tits.
Don't
Now,
call them
those
bosoms.
tits are going to do well at, where'd you went to Burning Man, right? Last time I
Yeah,
saw you were just
yeah.
getting ready to go to Burning Man, I
Burning
think.
Man, yeah.
I
went
don't.
to
You,
Burning
I don't. You don't strike me as Burning Man guy.
We're doing sets at Laugh Factory, and I was like, we were talking, and, this is months ago. I'm like, what are you going on? He's like, getting ready for Burning Man. I was like,
That's surprising.
he's like, you ever been? I'm like, absolutely not. He goes, oh, you got to go. You had a good time?
I'd like to go with you guys. You guys would love it.
Wait, you went to Burning Man. What?
I was there in the summer. In,
Are you
August?
Are you a big psychedelics guy?
No, I just Burning Man's more than everyone thinks. It's just a drug experience, but
Yeah.
it's a huge art experience. It's a spiritual experience. It's a nature experience.
But do you go and stay in a van? In a
I
hotel?
rent an RV.
He does it proper.
Yeah.
He's not sleeping on the ground.
You
like-
rent an RV.
I have an RV with a shower and a kitchen and AC and heating, but then when you're not in the RV, you're out just enjoying the madness.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because our boy Schultz went, he was saying, like, there's no currency as far as, like, money. Like, money doesn't get you things. Like, people like, I'll massage your foot for a loaf of bread or whatever. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. I got 7 loaves of Wonder Bread for giving someone a full happy ending. Yeah.
They were just asking for a foot rub. I didn't know that.
Well, you weren't there.
You gotta-
No, I
you gotta
know.
stock
but
up.
That's you always go that extra yard or inch.
But you've been to Burning Man how many times?
That was my 5th time.
Really?
Yeah, but there's no money there. You can't buy anything. Once you're in the festival, you can't,
It's
there's
like Mad
nowhere to
Max.
buy anything. So everyone kind of works on the principle of just giving. So if you need a sandwich or a drink, you can just knock on someone's like RV and say, "Hey man, can I?" And they'll
couldn't-
give
And
it
do
to
they
you.
have to do it?
They don't have to, but everyone's in that spirit. That's what's beautiful. And nobody greets with a handshake. It's always a hug. Everyone hugs.
Yeah.
But this sounds like a very druggy experience, and you're dead sober, and you're still giving out
it's a
sandwiches
communal
because you're a good
experience.
guy.
It's a communal experience.
It's communal, but there are people that do drugs and have fun with drugs. And there's I went up there once with 2 sober people. I drove 2 sober girls up there.
Couldn't be
So-
as fun though.
Yeah, it is fun because
Really?
it's sort of like if you ever watch those early Star Treks with William Shatner and they get in the transporter and all of a sudden they're on another planet.
Yeah.
This is what Burning Man is like. I'm not kidding. I've been all over the world.
Right.
I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
I've never, when you get to Burning Man and it's nighttime and all the lights and lasers, it's like you just transported to another planet. There's nothing like it.
It's like Mad Max. The
That sounds like fun.
everyone's friend.
Amazing.
I had a friend of mine who invited me, and he said it's 10 grand, and I went, what?
No.
And he goes, no, and he goes, but what we do is we rent these giant high priced buses, and we bring a sushi chef and we bring an Italian chef.
That's
and we
not bad.
circle-
Oh, that's rich
Well,
guy.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that-
And then they circle the buses so nobody can come into your circle. I was
Let
like,
it go.
that's not.
Do that in Encino.
That's right. That's
Why
not.
would you drive all the way up there
That's
for
not
that
Burning
experience?
Man. That's not the experience.
No,
right?
it's whatever you want it to be. So there's people that do it really high end like that and spend a fortune.
Sounds like your friend's part of the skull.
Right. And then there's people who literally will sleep in their car or in a tent on the ground. But a ticket to Burning Man's about $400, $500.
Oh.
Not cheap.
And that's for almost 10 days. So.
And there's musical acts?
Nope, there's no musical acts. It's all
just don't know.
DJs, and it can be an 80s party. It can be a disco party. It can be there's a million different things going on at once.
And then do you dress up like the Mad Max?
You can
people?
dress up. You can be naked. You can just dress how you normally dress. It's whatever you want. There's
How much
no
time do you
rules.
spend there? How many days?
Normally I go for 5, but last year I went for the whole thing because for 2 years they shut it down for COVID.
Oh.
So when I went last summer, I was like, "Damn it, I'm doing the whole thing."
Were you there when that guy jumped into the fire?
I was right in front of him.
You were?
So I watched him jump in the fire and die. Yeah.
No.
It was horrifying.
You serious?
I'm serious. So 70,000 people. The second last night they burned the man. The Burning Man is like this 70-foot tall wooden man. And on the second last night, everyone surrounds him, but they have to be back like, I'd say about almost 80, 90 feet, 100 feet, because the fire it rages is like 100 feet high and 60 feet wide. It's a huge fire.
Sacrifice.
Jesus.
And I'm sitting in the throngs of 70,000 people, and some guy got up out of the crowd and started running around towards the fire. The guards are trying to grab him. It's like when you see a guy jump on a football field or a baseball. And he was evading them, and then all of a sudden he just turned. He literally put his hands together and dove into the fire. Fuck. And it was just happened to be right in front of me.
Holy fuck!
It was
man.
pretty
And
traumatizing.
he just died right there.
Or did he
couldn't
come
get him
out like Games
You
of
can't
Thrones?
get him out.
Like the dragon?
No, they said he didn't die there, but I was right in front of him. And what happened is one of the brave guys, so the security guys that are standing between the crowd and the fire, these guys are dressed in these fire suits to, repel the heat.
Yeah.
And this guy risked his own life, and he reached in and grabbed the guy really fast and dragged him out on the ground, and his body was just smoldering.
Yeah.
He wasn't on fire, but you could see smoke coming out. And I'm thinking that we were 90 feet back, and I almost had to get up and move because of the heat.
Yeah.
So imagine jumping into the heart of the fire and inhaling. You would
you're dead.
incinerate
the
your
smoke
lungs.
is what-
You're dead.
the smoke is what gets you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
well,
don't burn
heat.
alive. It's the smoke, right?
It's
No,
the
it's
smoke
the
and
heat.
the extreme heat probably
Well, I'm
just
sure him
melted.
being right there, but like in house fires, they say it's the smoke.
It's the smoke most
You
of
go
the
down
time.
first.
Yeah.
And then the fire
That
goes.
intense heat though, for even a couple seconds,
Oh,
like
you're
you said,
screwed.
you breathe that shit in, you're done.
I'm
They
assuming-
said he lived, but I don't think I saw him laying there. He might have, but he got in. They put him in the ambulance, and then they said the next morning he died. But I don't know how he survived.
First of all, he
the
was
night.
clearly on every drug.
That's what I was gonna say. He had to be on Molly or where the hell kids.
It's
do
hard
that.
because I've read articles about it, and they said he wasn't, but I don't know if that's PR. But he was jumping around euphorically like he was.
Yeah.
He looked elated. He looked happy.
Is that him right there?
He was prancing. That's him.
He looks like he's
Looks like an avatar.
He was an athletic guy, and
Yeah.
he looked happy, and at first everyone was cheering because they thought he was just playing tag with the security guys.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just turned and dove in.
He
and,
decided to die,
and what's sad, he was there with, I think, 12 or 15 friends. So they had to watch it. And then apparently I think he had a wife and kids. And it was just really...
that's...
Wait, that oh my God. So he didn't even make it like to the...
Dude, you're
Like
done
the
there.
heart of
Look
the
at, I mean,
fire.
look at
He's
that.
out-
That's an
nuts.
inferno.
That
And
must
then
have been hard for you,
That
dude.
guy or one of those guys went and ran in and grabbed him by the foot.
That guy's a
Badass.
badass.
Yeah,
That's
super badass.
that shit is that's traumatizing. That'll ruin your fucking Burning Man experience. Sorry
Well,
to bring that up.
No, you know what I did when it happened? I was sitting with about 15 friends. And everyone was just kind of shocked and mortified. And I sort of immediately, I don't know why or how, and I don't know if it was the appropriate thing to do, but I immediately took a leadership role. And after about 5 minutes, I gathered all of them up in a circle and I said, guys, let's join hands and pray.
Yeah.
Because
all you can do.
we've just seen someone
Yeah.
pass, or we assumed they had passed, and this is going to affect us. And I think whether you believe in God or in any type of entity, whatever you believe in, I think this is important that we channel and pray right now, because I think going forward, you might look back and go, I'm glad we did. And I don't know if it helped anyone, but it sure helped me. Because
Well, it's like there's an energy, right? Something happens to you. I don't give a fuck who you are. Something like that happens to you. Something's going on here in your body, right?
Yeah.
If you have nothing to fall back on,
yeah.
right? Like so if you're left to contend with that can lead to shit. That can lead you down paths you're not aware of. Like, you don't know what it'll do. It might make you cynical. It might make you hysterical. It
Yeah.
might make you angry. But there's, I really believe as I get older that looking to the sky and having somewhere to put that energy,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and
That's
really
what it
what
was.
you're doing is giving it up to something you don't understand that's bigger than yourself. That's
Talk
what
to a
you're really doing.
therapist too.
That's
There's
what it
that.
was.
No, but
Help
therapy-
navigate through it.
Therapy
Yeah.
will probably lead you the same place, right? So sometimes therapy will, like, the idea would be, okay, this happens in the world. I can tell you not to worry about it. I can give you tools to cope with it. But ultimately, you're going to have some kind of faith that there's a reason for that. If you don't, and you go into cynicism, and you say, well, that's life, and we're just monkeys on a rock, and we're all going to die, and there's
Yeah,
no
it's a
point to
bummer.
anything. Good luck with that. That doesn't lead you
Yeah.
anywhere. Good luck with that nihilistic approach. I've seen it. I'm old
I
enough to see
agree, and
how
that's
that works
why I
out.
sort of pulled the other group members into it, because in Hollywood, a lot of the times people will make fun of you for being a person of faith or believing in God or believing in anything. And so I
besides
didn't,
yourself.
I didn't know what their belief system was or how they felt about higher power, but I just said, let's get everyone together really fast and channel this and sort of channel this guy's spirit through us, and also at the same time kind of release what we're feeling. It was very
acknowledge it.
emotional.
Did that
yeah.
surprise you that you did that?
It did and it didn't, because I'm used to being in a leadership role, but I also it surprised me that I just instinctually did it.
Yeah.
And I think I did it for me. I knew I needed it, but I also saw these other friends of mine everyone was
shock.
in a daze, and I thought, I think
Yeah.
something's telling me I need this. They need it too, and if we do it together,
Good
it
for
might
you.
be triple as powerful. And we all held, and there were tears, and it was wow. It was.
I mean, I think the
you're,
one thing
you're a
I-
bit of a shaman.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Let's
dude.
take a little break from the shenanigans with our boy Harland
So much
Williams.
fun, though.
One of the greats.
One of the greats.
Maybe you know him from Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary,
Everything.
Half Baked,
Still doing it.
Stand Up Killer.
Let me ask you a question, man.
What, dude? Do I look tired?
You look tired.
You know why,
And
dude?
Why? Are you not sleeping on a Helix mattress?
They took my Helix from me.
Bro, that's what happens. Stop sleeping on hay. Stop sleeping on marble.
Bamboo. I've been trying to be like Liver King.
No,
on bamboo,
don't
and
do
I'm
the
just not-
bamboo thing. Let me explain
I
something.
need Helix, dude.
Helix has 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models, a mattress for big and tall like you, and even a mattress made just for kids.
My kids
Let's
sleep on
start
it.
there.
They sleep
Yes.
through the night, dude.
Yes, you can take a Helix sleep quiz and find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. And your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge.
Wow. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own freaking crib. That's why they offer a 100-night risk-free trial.
100 nights, sleep out in 100
dude,
nights.
Try out your new Helix mattress, see how your body adjusts, and if you decide it's not the best fit, but you're welcome to return it for a full refund.
They got memory foam. It creates optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side. They have more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in stomach
This
and
is
back
the most
sleeping.
important, though, B. Enhanced cooling features to keep you from overheating at night. I'm a sweaty sleeper.
You're a sweaty sleeper.
Daddy runs hot.
You hot sleeper.
I hot sleep.
You hot sleeper.
I hot sleep.
If you hot sleeper or cool sleeper, Helix got you.
We got you.
100 nights you try it risk-free. If you don't love it,
But you
they'll come
gotta
and get it for you.
Yep, you gotta
Full
do what I
refund.
did, and that's why I sleep like a baby unless I'm sleeping on bamboo like the Liver King. All you do is take the Helix sleep quiz, and I was matched with a perfect big and tall model mattress just for me. All right, and I like it hard. I like it firm. I sleep on my side.
On your tummy?
All right? No, on my side, not on my tummy.
Okay, I don't
on
know
my
who
side.
sleeps on their tummy, but
No,
whatever.
I'm not a baby.
That's crazy.
All right, so Helix is offering you guys up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for the Finally Kid listeners and viewers. Go to helixsleep.com/fighter. That's HELIX sleep.com/fighter. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Oh, they also support military first responders, teachers, and students by giving them a special discount on site. How about that?
Yep. It's
America. You
Dude, it's cold season. It's like you got to take care of your immune
gotta
system.
you got to get your minerals. You got to get your vitamins. You got to get your probiotic. You got to get your prebiotic.
Oh,
you
do I
gotta
just
get your-
do I just swallow like 30 vitamins and like
You could do that. You could do that. Enjoy that. But you
Or-
want to get your greens. You want to get your fruits. You can do 1 scoop of AG Athletic
I
Greens.
love it.
Contains 75 minerals, vitamins, a whole food sourced ingredient, all of it.
It's a multivitamin, multi-mineral, probiotic, green superfood blend that will blow your mind.
It's tasty. Bioavailable ingredients in a scoop of AG1 work together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet, support energy, focus, aid with gut health, digestion, supports a healthy immune system.
Dude, your immune system needs to be rocked hard
Yes.
right now. You need to be rocked up with AG1.
Some of the most successful people I know take it every single day.
Oh, I swear by it, man.
Rogan's
Athletes,
obsessed with it.
Podcasters, moms, dads, aunts, rookies, first timers, comics, everybody using it. So to make it easy, Athletic Greens is giving you a immune supporting free 1 year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/fighter. Again, all you got to do is go to athleticgreens.com/fighter to take control of your health and give AG1 a try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to heaven first, me or Brendan? And it's okay.
Heaven?
He just recently got
Did you say heaven?
Well,
Heaven.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you do
Hey,
have the
so-
mark of the beef on your head.
Mark of the beef? That's
mean-
not helping.
Yeah, that's not. You'll be down there with Damien eating
What
some
the
horsey
fuck?
sauce.
But it's the beef, not the
Curly
beef.
fries.
It's the beef, not the
Eat
beef.
some curly
you said.
fries with the beef.
Put curly fries on your eyes and pretend you're Dolly Parton in hell.
No, I'm a good person.
Yeah, and grow some tits.
Yeah, I'll blend you my Wonder Bra guy.
I mean, I heard Tammy Faye Baker and Jim Baker used to swing, and he used to like to watch her get
Who's this?
dick down.
People don't know who that is.
Tammy
guy.
Faye Baker and Jim
That's-
Baker, the evangelical.
Yeah.
They got put in jail for tax evasion, or he did. You don't remember Jim Baker and Tammy Faye Baker?
Bring it up, Jen.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did a whole TV
They
show
were
series on them.
evangelists.
Oh yeah, you remember these guys, don't you?
They look like they died.
Uh-huh.
But it's not easy to see someone die. I've seen 2 people die in my life, and the second one was a 9-year-old boy.
That would make it worse because
no.
I would
Yeah.
assume before you tell that story, I would assume what made this a little bit easier to cope with is it was his decision. At least you didn't see him
It
get
was- yeah.
pushed. You didn't see him get shot.
Yes.
That's
At least he
right.
was like, "This is how I want to
That's
do
a
it."
good point.
So part of that's like, all right, well, that's his choice. I can deal with that.
Yeah, that's a very
9-year-old
good
boy would
No,
that's where it
I
gets
can't
dicey.
That one's hard because that one was sort of my fault too. The 9-year-old kid.
What?
What do you mean?
Yeah. You want to hear this one?
No.
Yeah.
Not if it's
No, I
too
do.
much.
Well, it's you want to it's something I have to deal with in my life. But I was up in San Francisco about 2 years ago, visiting a friend, and I'm driving home in the night. And between San Francisco and LA, it's pretty empty, right? And I'm going through, and every now and then you see the odd random, restaurant or truck stop or whatever, this place, Hal's Pie Shop, and I'm just passing it, and something runs across the road in the dark. Okay, it's not a human, it's an animal. And I'm like, and you feel the thumping, and you what the hell did I? And you kind of look in the rearview mirror, but it's dark, so you can't tell. So I just keep going. I keep going, and I'm like, okay, it was an animal. I felt horrible. I get all the way home. I hear like a noise when I stop the car. I look up, jammed under my grill, a bobcat. Have you ever seen a bobcat?
Yeah.
A freaking like a predatory cat. I have a bob
Big
and
paws.
the big paws, and it's like it's and I'm like, holy shit. I go and get to one of those live animal cages, and I'm like, holy shit. And I pull this thing out of here. It's semi-unconscious. And I'm like, for fuck's sakes. And I look, and I got the thing on the ground, and it's a female. It's lactating. Its teats are dripping.
Yeah, no, milk.
I hate to use the word teats.
Teats is the scientific word, though. So it's a Latin
teats,
word.
right? It's
Teats.
a weird
teating.
word. The teats are dribbling.
Yeah.
They're dripping.
Yeah.
This thing's been through some shit.
This thing's, I drove about 300 miles
That's
with
a
this
long
thing
way
under
to
my
be
grill.
caught in a grill while
Yeah.
you're lactating.
So now I'm emotionally connected to this thing because now I know if the teats are dripping,
Yeah.
there's some toddlers back up by Hal's Pies. Fuck. And so I got this thing stuffed in the live animal cage. The next morning I drive all the way back. I said, those babies need the mama.
Yeah.
Good on you, man.
Right?
You're
It was.
a leader.
I had to drive 300 miles back
God
with
damn.
this thing in the cage. And
But
now
you've always been a cat guy.
I love animals. I love cats.
Also, the kids need the mom.
Yeah, that's right. The kids
need
need the
mom.
milk. They need the teat milk.
Yeah. And she's probably swollen at this point. There's, she's-
Yeah.
Yeah, they're full.
And so this thing's not happy being in the cage.
No.
So the further north I get, the more enraged this thing gets.
Right.
Okay.
You brought Mama Cat with you.
Well, I had to bring it back.
back to the-
I'm
of
going back to
We
Hal's
sorry.
House of
Sorry.
Pies.
So I thought you were going to go get the kitties,
No.
bring them back to your house.
No,
but
I'm
you-
dropping it off
and raise
so
a family
that
of
they're back
bobcats.
in their wild environment.
So sorry.
So now the only landmark I have for point of reference is
Hal's Pie.
House of Pies. So I get up there, I pull into the parking lot, I go over to the far side, open the car, put the live animal cage out. I open the door, and this cat I'm scared that it's going to attack
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's a bobcat.
I open the thing. This thing runs out, as fate would have it, a family's just coming out of Hal's House of Pies.
Yeah.
And I later learned the kid's name, Scotty McCracken.
Scotty McCracken. That's a tough. No, he
A
gets
Scottish
emotional.
kid.
When we get emotional, we tend to
McCracken.
cry.
We
Yeah, that's how we
laughed
deal with
at
it.
the flag.
Scotty McCracken.
Scotty McCracken.
Scotty McCracken.
Poor Scotty, man.
And this kid came out of the House of Pies.
9 years old.
And Scottish. You knew he was Scottish, had the red hair, the freckles, his teeth. He looked like a grouper. And I'm not trying to
remember
make
what-
fun of him,
Do
but
you remember what pie he
Don't
had?
laugh.
he had key lime pie.
I didn't know that groupers had teeth. It doesn't matter.
Grouper, fangled up Scottish
fangled
nightmare
up.
teeth.
Yeah.
And this kid's walking out with his family. Here's this raging bobcat. Sees this kid's. I don't know if red. You know how bulls charge at red
Yeah.
at the
but
matador.
Cats have that thing too.
Well,
right?
for bobcats,
Wild
right.
cats do.
key lime pie triggers them.
Right. And so off he goes, makes a beeline at the Scotty
Yeah.
It's a
McCracken.
little red.
The red.
Yeah.
Scotty McCracken.
On his throat, down.
What?
Rips his fucking throat
Oh
up,
my
blood
God.
everywhere, lemon meringues, key lime pie all over the place.
Oh no.
And then this cat, I guess it got out and just bolted into the woods and took a beeline, ran out and got hit
Hit
by
by
a
a car.
truck,
Man.
an
And so-
18-wheeler.
So Mama
Jesus.
Cat got hit by a fucking truck.
Mama cat
After all
got
that
hit.
work.
Yeah.
After all that, now the babies are perished, or did you adopt the babies?
No, the babies heard their mother. They came running out and they got hit.
And they got hit.
They all
They
died.
got, they
As a
got
group
hit,
too.
But
yeah.
they ate the key lime pie beforehand, so they weren't starving.
Yeah. Well,
So that was a tough one.
Yeah.
But so I
Fuck,
sort of feel like Scotty McCracken was sort of
Scotty
my
McCracken.
fault.
Scotty.
Yeah.
So Scotty
Yeah.
McCracken was where
Well,
his.
if you could not make fun of his voice, I mean, he's
well, that's
dead.
how you say it in Scottish. You said he was Scottish.
I know, but it's not like he eats at McDonald's just because he's
I know, but I'm
Scottish.
saying that you said his name was Scotty
Scotty
McCracken.
McCracken.
And right. So he was with his family, and the cat
Yeah,
The bobcat
the
took his
bobcat.
throat.
took his throat, and there was key
Right.
lime pie everywhere.
Everywhere. Now, did he perish or did you mend his throat?
He had like a seizure. He was,
Right, right.
the blood was leaving
I
his
do
body,
know,
and he
I've
was
seen it before.
spasming all over the parking lot, lad.
Yeah.
And this is a boy, his heritage goes back to Edinburgh.
And don't forget, you can hear the cats going as they're
the
being
cats.
dragged down the highway.
Screaming, and then you hear the babies popping on the road with the 18-wheeler goes
Popping?
Popping, yeah, little
Popping like
babies.
balloons.
They're like bubble wrap. When you get 7 or 8 of them together, they just pop, pop, pop,
That's a
pop.
terrible
It's
sound.
almost kind of fun.
And at the same time, what?
Almost
Well, I didn't mean the last part.
Fan? Did you say fan?
No, I said family,
Oh,
fam.
Fam.
Yeah.
But so Scotty McCracken is
Yeah.
bleeding out.
Right, he's
You've
bleeding
got
out.
to fix his throat.
You can't fix it. The wee cat's ripped it so wide. It's like
Aye.
looking at Raquel Welch spread eagle at the gynecologist's office.
Right. But then you must have in some way felt that it was a good thing that this fucking cat that took Scotty McCracken's throat,
Right.
that there's divine retribution because the fucking cat and his stupid lair got popped on the fucking highway.
Right. That's
So
right.
in a way,
Right.
the parents and the family
Yeah.
must have felt some vindication and that they were avenged by their maker.
Well, what turned out well for the McCracken families, I felt so bad about the wee lad. I went into Hal's House of Pies
Yeah.
and I purchased a chocolate cream pie and gave it to the family.
I would have eaten it myself because my stomach gets all queasy when I see cats die like that.
That's the difference between me and you, lad. If I murder a boy, I buy the family a pie. If you murder a boy, you eat the pie yourself.
Well, that's
you
the way I am.
fucking wanker.
You fucking but hey, I didn't think
Sorry about
going
that,
to,
guys.
I didn't
Yeah,
think going
wow.
to Burning Man would go down such a dark.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh.
dark, Bubba. Pretty
I
dark.
thought he
and
was joking with
apologize.
that.
No, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. But you did make it right with a pie. And the
Complete
motto,
waste of time, but you know.
yeah, the motto of the story is if you get a bobcat caught in your grill, you kill that bobcat.
I think you meant to say the moral of the story because a motto is kind of
Oh,
like a
fuck, yeah,
saying.
the moral.
Like a motto would be kill kid, get pie.
That would be the
Yeah,
motto.
that would be the motto.
Kill
But the
kid, get
moral,
pie.
the moral is
The moral is if you got a bobcat stuck in your fucking grill, then I don't care if it's lactating. You know,
let it milk out.
let it milk out.
Or I think the moral of the story is if you see a bobcat on the highway, you speed up. You speed
Bingo.
up.
There you go. You speed up.
What's the moral of the story if you're scuba diving and a moray eel comes out at you and
Uh-huh.
bites you?
I've had that experience, but it didn't bite me.
So would
Well-
that be the moray of the story?
Pause.
Just stare at the camera.
Pause.
Don't point at me, bro. I'll fly over this Brendan and fucking take you down, guy.
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
fly right over Brendan and fucking
Everyone
slap
wants to
you
fight
You
down.
get a you get a crazy. I already Rick Glassman already slapped the shit out of me in my last episode, and you have a crazy look in your.
I got
It's his
crazy
haircut,
eye.
right? It's the
Yeah.
haircut. Since he walked
Yeah.
in, it's infuriating.
Yeah.
Well,
What were you thinking?
I know. When was the last time you got in a dust up? You ever get in a dust
Oh
up?
yeah, I was vacuuming yesterday,
Nope.
and my
Hold on. That's an expression for a fist fight on the street.
Oh, okay. If you're, are you seriously asking?
Yeah.
Okay. I was.
Who messes with Harlan?
Harlan, you'd be surprised. People go, you think you're all famous because you were in that fucking movie, etc.
That movie, but I bet when you go to like Burning Man, I'm sure people
There's
recognize
five.
from,
That's
from
one
Dumb
of
and
the,
Dumber.
That's one of the. Oh yeah.
I bet all of them are like little pumpkin pie haircut
Well,
freak.
I do get
You're like,
recognized
okay.
at Burning Man, but it's hard to get recognized there because everyone's got goggles and they're covered in dust, and it people can really go incognito.
Yeah, but
and
do you
hide.
show up like that in the bowling shirt and the jeans?
No, man, I wear jeans and an old T-shirt
And a coat head. He
You,
wears a coat
gotta
head.
you gotta buy a bunch of gear to go to Burning Man because there's dust storms every day. There's twirling dust storms that blow through the whole thing.
I have no desire.
No, but here's the thing:
that's not
everyone
us,
says that, but it's almost like part of the uniqueness of it, and it unifies everyone. Because whether you're a hot Victoria's Secret model or Elon Musk or Leonardo
You're
DiCaprio,
all
whoever's
dealing
there, the dust kind of unifies everyone. And
I
you
would go with them.
Yeah,
I'll go with them, and I'm gonna dress up as a bobcat.
Whoa, bro.
Little ears.
How about you
circle.
dress
Little
up
ears
as a
with it.
pie? Or maybe
Yeah.
Scotty McCracken.
Oh, a little
Scotty
redhead.
McCracken. I'll get, that'd be adorable. Freckles.
I did
red
get in
hair.
a dust up recently, though. And
did?
yeah, I volunteer down at the Mount Pleasant Senior Center. Every Saturday I go down. And
Every Saturday.
every Saturday I go down. I like to
gives
give
back.
back. And I go to the senior center, and what I do is I sponge bath the oldies. I like to put.
You call them oldies or
Well,
not in front of them, but I know
I
what you
don't
mean.
know that I appreciate.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
I'm sorry.
You sponge bath.
I was going to call them the wrinkles.
So you give the oldies a sponge bath.
I give the oldies a sponge bath, and I like to put 7 or 8 in the tub at a time.
We're listening.
Well,
Come on, Chin.
Sorry.
He's helping out.
So you put a lot of them in a
I
tub.
put a lot so I can get them all at the same time, and I like to drizzle onion water on them. Just it's good for.
Why onion water?
I'm so
Well,
sorry.
it's
man.
good. Have you ever had psoriasis?
I have. I never used onion water. I'm sorry I keep that.
Wow,
Please,
bro.
Jeez.
this is news to
I'm-
me.
I
Anyway,
apologize, man.
Go on.
So, Mrs. Parkinson, one time I was drizzling onion water on her. Okay, you know what? Forget
I'm
it.
not. I'm literally listening
you
to you.
wanna-
I know, but I see you chuckling and
I'm
stuff.
not chuckling. Chin's not mature.
And Chin needs to grow up. And then also, you had psoriasis. You could have called him. Drizzle onion
I
water
just
on it.
appreciate
Yeah.
you take your Saturdays and you sponge bath the
the
oldies.
oldies, yeah.
And you group them
Keep
up.
going.
Yeah, and one time, Mrs. Parkinson, I had the sponge from Bed Bath and Beyond. I
Mm-hmm. Yep.
get the big ones,
Yeah.
the orange ones, and I was
Sea
drizzling.
sponge.
Yeah, I was drizzling onion water on her face, and it got in her eyes. And she stood up, and I don't know if you've ever been in a fight with the lady from the Shining who was in the bathtub, but this one stood up and she cold cocked me, bro. I don't know what she used to do when she was younger.
Yeah.
Bam! I'm on
Yeah.
the floor.
Yeah.
I bounce back up like Gumby that just, sniffed a sea urchin fart. And I'm like, bam, bam, bam.
Oh, right in her face.
In the face. She kicked me, just missed the jewels. And because she was a little off balance, uppercut, bam, right under her teeth fly out.
Oh, Jesus.
Stick in the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
And then did you look at the other old people and go, who else wants some?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
said, anyone else want a party?
Yeah. Now, are you naked when you sponge?
No.
Okay.
I wear a plastic suit, like a hazmat suit.
Yep.
You don't want to catch anything.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I
get
didn't know
any-
you were into charity, but you're obviously going to heaven before any of us are.
Yeah, I have a great charity too. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it on your show.
No,
but
please.
I have a charity called Cinnamon Angels Fly Away, and it's for children with cinnamon allergies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great foundation. We put all the money towards the foundation to help kids with cinnamon allergies.
Great.
Sponsored by Cinnabon.
Well,
It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
I don't know if we should
joke,
joke
though.
about
Yeah,
children with
kids
that
with cinnamon.
allergies.
I feel like you could give back more if it's like peanut allergies, right? Like that's
Well, there's a
seems to
lot
be
of
problem.
charities for that, but Cinnamon Angels Fly Away just specifically deals with children with cinnamon
Okay.
allergies.
Now I'm gonna
wanna
take the
shine light
conversation.
on
I
that.
want to get your perspective on we're all getting older
Yeah,
and the world's changing quickly,
yeah.
right? And the business is changing at 100 miles an hour.
Like stand up
million.
entertainment. In
Do
general, Hollywood.
don't you feel like? Don't you? I don't know. This is how I feel. I feel like, and all bullshit aside, I feel like the business is changing so quickly that if you said, "What are you going to be doing in 5 years?" I don't know. Hopefully, stand up and hopefully everything. But
5
Right.
years, try 5 months.
literally,
It's like constantly changing.
literally,
Yeah.
and trying to stay relevant in this world with so much noise.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Do you ever get exhausted with that? Do you ever?
No, I look forward to it. And what I do is I record on my iPhone every single stand-up show I do, whether I'm doing 20-minute spot or a full hour like concert at a theater or wherever I am. I record them all because I'm looking forward to the day when I don't even have to tour and they're going to take all these recordings and turn them into holograms or turn them into some type of artificial intelligence where people can press a button and I can appear in their living room as
That's
some
gonna
form of
happen.
technology.
That's exactly
They
right.
did it with Elvis, doing it with Michael Jackson. The only problem, I guess, when you're older and you can't travel because of your health or whatever, but then you're gonna miss out on the, the juice. of
Well,
being in
Willie
front of a
Nelson at
live
89.
crowd and
Willie
you're
Nelson.
saying way down the road.
Yeah, these are recordings that I already have. So they'll be able to use. I've got hundreds of shows I've recorded. So down the road, when this technology hits, when I can't
You
be
can
on the
sell
road
it. You can
anymore,
sell it.
Yeah.
people can still watch an original show.
I think Bruce Willis was the first to sell his name and likeness once that happens. He was like the first major celebrity
It's so
to do it.
fucking weird. But I mean,
I just
that
watched
makes a lot
Griner.
of sense. That's fucking weird.
It's weird, but it's cool. And
is.
it's like,
So you're optimistic.
I'm optimistic that we live in perpetuity if we have the material. So I would recommend that every comedian record every show they ever do and just keep it. Now, if you, I do with my shows, I usually do something different every set because I
Yeah.
do a lot of crowd
You do.
work.
I was just gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
this
Harland's
crowd
like
work,
fucking incredible.
Like when we performed at the Laugh Factory, this is a tough crowd. There's some good comics on there, and even you and I were sitting there, and you're like, "Man, they're tough." And then,
Oh, yeah,
I looked at the
remember.
manager, and I was like, "Man, this fucking crowd tonight." She's like, "Harland, watch Harland."
I told
So
you.
I stayed to watch, and he
yeah.
did crowd work, and you just got up there and was like, "Where are you from?" And it was off to the. I mean,
I've told this.
Yeah,
I've
just
told this
destroyed
story.
him.
I've
Yeah.
told this story 6 times, but it's worth repeating. Maybe the greatest thing I've ever seen done by a comic on stage. I'm not joking. Was we're in Pittsburgh, and like it was me, Steve Byrne. It was like all headliners got up and
what venue be? Like,
this
not
was
the
at a
Pittsburgh
big
Improv.
theater
Oh,
in
gotcha.
Pittsburgh for this radio station they put it on.
That's right, yeah.
And Harlan was closing. And it was like but everybody was good and everybody was fucking did their thing and
was a tight
crushed that
night.
room. And then Harlan had to get up. And to me, this is, I think about it, like I've never seen anything like this. You're watching him and the audience is watching him and he's doing all of our sets. He does them back to the audience, but he's adding his
style.
thing on it.
Right.
And it took the people a while. They were like, is he drunk? He's doing the same jokes. And then he would add his thing into it.
Game over.
And dude, we're all like this. And then the audience, it was
Lost it.
like, because he had to follow everybody who was crushing. And then he just absolutely destroyed for about 45 minutes. And that's when I was like, oh, there are levels to this
Brian talks
motherfucking
about
game.
that once a week.
Oh,
Once a week.
thanks, man. Yeah.
But I couldn't believe, first of all, you remembered everybody's set. Second of all, you were able to take it and twist it into your
Insane.
own. But he did that to me at the
On the
Laugh
spot.
Factory one time.
On the spot,
Yeah.
too.
At the Laugh Factory one time, he did a whole thing where I did the butter police, where I take liberal
Yeah.
and I'll do it all that thing was fun. And he he just started doing that. Then you started coughing and going, like you had swine flu and you
Yeah.
just started, I'm sure it's nothing. And dude, I don't know. You had to be there.
Well,
But
that comes from I like to challenge myself when I get up on stage just about every time.
Yeah.
And so when I do theater shows with groups of comics, like I think the most I did was 10 once.
Jeez.
And so what I do is
Too
I
long.
sit at the back, or if I can't get to the back, I'll stand at the side and I'll watch everybody's act. And everybody's act is usually, 12 to 20 minutes long when
Yeah.
you do a thing that long. And the crowd's getting tired. And if I'm closing, I go, I want to do something so I'll watch everyone's act and then I'll listen for a piece. And I go, okay, I like that piece that they just did about chasing a dog. And then I'll listen to the next person's piece, and maybe they do a bit about someone broke into their house. And then the next person does a bit about their grandmother or whatever. So I'll find a piece in everyone's act, and I'll find a way to join them together. So now I'm chasing my dog, and I had to break
line.
into somebody's
Yeah.
house, and then I found their grandmother.
Yeah.
So I'll take a piece of everyone's act and form a story with a piece of everyone's act until I have a full bit. And the hardest part is remembering everyone's act.
well, the
but-
hardest part is making it as funny as you do.
Yeah.
That's what's.
The degree of difficulty there is.
He's doing it on the spot.
But you start
Yeah.
you start stand up in Toronto,
Toronto,
in Canada.
yeah.
It was just how long ago?
Oh, I started in the early 80s. I mean, I worked at a club. I remember seeing Sam Kinison going up in front of me, Bobcat Goldthwait, all these
Who are your
80s
your
comics.
heroes? Did you have any comics that Were your heroes comics or were your heroes authors? Athletes?
I love stand-up comedy, obviously, but I never. Those weren't really my influence. I think I was influenced more by comedic actors like the guys from Second City.
John Candy.
Martin Short, Joe Flaherty.
Monsters.
Harold Ramis, Dave Thomas.
Harold Ramis.
Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Yeah.
So you were doing
Andrea
stand up
Martin.
in Toronto, and then you would come to LA, right? You started getting your chops in LA too, and then
No, I started in Toronto. I did about 6 years. And then I knew I wanted to get to LA, and I was just about to go, and I ended up going to Germany and living in Germany for a year and a half. And then from Germany, I ended up making my way to LA after about 7 years of
Wait, you were in
building my
Germany?
Yeah.
What were you doing in Germany?
I was doing computer animation. So.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
because that was his major, right? That was your major.
I studied animation. Yeah.
In college?
Yeah, so what happened is my buddy in college, Bob Angelini, he went over after college to work in Germany at an animation studio. And just by fate, that winter, I phoned him to say, what are you doing for Christmas? And he goes, oh, I'm here in Germany alone. I said, dude, I don't want you to be alone. I'm coming over for 2 weeks, to hang out and spend the holidays with him. So I went over. And I'd just written and illustrated a series of children's books called Lickety Split about a little dinosaur. And he hadn't seen them yet. So I took like 5 of them over. There was a whole series to give to him. And the day after I got there, he got fired from his job. And I was like, Jesus. So I said, I'm a bit of an entrepreneur. So I said, Bob, call your bosses up, set up a meeting. I'm going to go in with my children's books and see if I can sell them an animated series so that, we can do an animated show. So I go in the next day with my kids' books. I show them. I do the whole pitch. They brought out a bottle of champagne and said, let's do it. We love it. I said, under one condition, you hire my buddy Bob back. So they said yes, and next thing you know, I'm there a year and a half working on this project. My buddy Bob's there.
Right back in.
It was amazing.
Thank God you came for your
I'll
buddy.
come visit you, get you your job back.
And I'll get a job.
Right?
But then full circle, obviously animation's in your background, and then you have a show now. My kids watch it.
Yeah.
He has a show right now. Is it Nickelodeon?
Disney.
Disney.
Puppy Dog Pals.
Puppy Dog
yeah.
Pals.
Oh, my God.
Big show.
It's in its 5th season, and it's like their top show on
Huge show.
Disney.
Yeah, my youngest boss.
Disney Junior and Disney Plus. Yeah.
Obsessed with it.
Oh, my God.
So what's funny is when I started did that computer animation back then, this was at the advent of computer animation. It was just starting. So in order to render one computer drawing, it could be in the system for half a day just to make like 2 steps. It would take hours and hours and hours. And now, cut to, now I'm doing Puppy Dog Pals where we do 70 shows a season.
Jesus.
Wow.
And it's
he
crazy.
created it. That's all.
That's
Created.
Yeah, I
done.
created it.
you
and
created
do
you created that
That's
show.
serious.
Yeah.
That's all him.
And I do the voice, one of the voices.
That's why you came here in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
That's why he goes to Burning Man.
Is that's your creation, Harlan?
Yeah, I created that show. I went in and
fucking
pitched
know
it
that.
to Disney, and it was a very funny process. We went in to pitch them some animation ideas, and I pitched them about 4 or 5 animation ideas, and they're like, great, thanks for coming in. And I said, hey, thanks for having me. And I was literally like getting up out of my chair. I was about this high up. I was like just standing up. And the lady goes, do you have any other ideas? And I go, well, in my head, I'm going to go, because I knew I had a
Yeah,
bunch
because you
of
knew that didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, and I went, well, I have this one called Puppy Dog Pals, and I sat down and pitched it in about like 4 minutes. I just kind of told them the concept. Okay, thanks, and cut to 5 years later, it's like
Massive.
the top show on
Holy
Disney.
shit.
Yeah.
And Tom Kinney, is that the comic, Tom Kinney?
Tom does the voice of SpongeBob, but he does the voice of...
He was a comic.
Yeah, he was a stand-up.
Very
so he's
funny.
SpongeBob's voice, and he does... These are some of the people that do show voices on my show.
Oh, my God.
We've got Sherry O'Terry. I got her in there to do a
She's great.
voice.
She's great.
Huey Lewis does a voice. Tom Kenny who
Huey
does
Lewis, the
SpongeBob.
singer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, do you know any other Huey Lewis?
All right.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
All right.
Huey
I just
Lewis,
thought-
yeah. I mean,
I didn't know. But
Who's,
you
who's
get
your nutty friend?
I'm sorry.
All right, dude.
Bruce Springsteen, the singer.
Harland
Hey,
Williams.
what are we doing here?
Look, and you have Bruce Springsteen. Congratulations. Sherry O'Terry is great, man.
We had a lot of guests. Bill Burr did a couple of guest voices.
Yeah, that's what I like when I can hear it's people. Obviously, my sons watched it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But then when you hear a different voice, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we've
look
had a
at
lot
that.
of fun guest voices.
How is
Your
Huey
show's
Lewis
massive.
doing? Is he doing
He's good. We actually got him to do one song. He said he wasn't going to sing, and they were able to talk him into doing one original song on the show.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Is he still touring and stuff?
I think to be honest, I think his hearing's going a little bit, so I don't know how much he does anymore. But
And I assume a lot of those people went on there because their kids watch the show.
yeah, that's what Bill Burr did. He loved the show with his kids, and then I reached out to him. I said, "Come on in, let's get you doing a voice." And he did a couple of episodes, and I think he scored a lot of points with his kids for that.
So awesome.
Yeah, the biggest is that one, and then Paw Patrol.
Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Paw
man.
Patrol was out before.
How do you get paid for that? Do you rent your show to Disney?
No, you have to make a deal with them where you kind of have to go through all the steps from what your role is as the creator, the producer, piece of the merchandise.
I was just gonna say
all
merch.
kinds of
That's
things.
massive. I just
Yeah.
bought Boston. He had his birthday. That's what he wanted.
Oh, you bought him some toys.
So,
Thanks,
Yeah,
bud.
you're welcome. Hopefully
Thanks.
Wow.
Hopefully they give you a good cut on that.
Oh,
merch.
that's how I got the helicopter.
That makes sense.
And you're able to take the time on Saturdays to sponge bath.
Sponge bath over at
Yeah,
Mount Pleasant Senior
a good
Center.
guy.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
So
Yeah,
besides
thanks.
crushing on the puppy dog pals, so you're doing stand up and then Toronto, and then you go to Germany. You do well there with the animation. Then you come to LA, and then really the huge kind of breakout was the Dumb and Dumber, right? Like, I feel like that's the most quoted thing almost from Dumb and Dumber.
That was my first movie. Yeah.
that was your first movie.
My first movie. Yeah.
You did a bunch of stuff after that.
After that, yeah, that sort of opened
that
the
one-
doors.
Do you
but-
like making movies or do you hate it?
I love it. I mean, well, the process can be very tedious at times, as
Yeah.
you know, but it
It's like getting there for stand up. It's like the travel. That
yeah, it's
required.
waiting in the trailer, and like we just shot Half Baked 2.
What?
And-
did Neil Brennan write it?
No, it's
No.
a whole new
Separate.
group. I just did a cameo in it. It's a whole new group of kids.
Jim
but,
Brewer in it?
I don't think Jim did anything, but Rachel True and myself and Jeff Ross and David Keckner.
Oh, wow.
Some funny
Monsters.
people in it.
Love
Yeah.
And then with Dumb and Dumber, did you have to audition in front of Jim Carrey? Because he's
Oh
a
yeah,
comic. Did
yeah. I
he-
had to read with Jim Carrey several times. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Jeff Daniels or just Jim Carrey?
No, at the end of the process, it was down to me and Jeff Daniels. I remember sitting in the lobby at the final audition. It was me and Jeff Daniels sitting there.
And they decided because at the time was it the role of the highway patrol officer? Or
No, this was for the lead role next to Jim.
Oh damn! And so you didn't get that. So then
Well, I'm sitting in the lobby. I'm a kid from Toronto who's never done a thing acting wise. And I'm sitting beside Jeff Daniels, who's been nominated for Oscars. And I thought,
back then,
I
too.
think I know which way this was going to go, but they loved me. And so I was right there, just down to me and him. And then because the guys loved me, they offered me the highway patrol role. They said, hey, we feel bad, but would you want to do this role? I said, yeah, you guys don't owe me anything. I'd love to. So,
it was a hilarious role.
oh,
too.
thank you. Yeah, it was really fun.
Little
So,
pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
yeah. So, yeah.
You keep your mouth shut if you know it's good for you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember it.
You
it was
sipping
fun.
back on Umpa's old cough medicine.
Yeah. It was.
Did you improvise a lot of those lines?
Two
a lot of
Tic
it.
Tacs, sir?
I'd say half of it. Half
Yeah.
of it I improvised.
So fucking-
And they were laughing their ass off at it.
Well, yeah, and the Farrellys basically said to me that we did about 5 or 6 takes off the script.
They're
And again,
great
this
guys.
was my first movie, so I was terrified. And they said, "Okay, Harlan, that's good. Now we want to do some more takes." And I said, "Okay." And they said, "Now do it your way." And I go, "What do you mean?" They said, "Do it the Harlan way." And at first I was like, "Wait," and then I just went, "Fuck, I'm not gonna stall." Like they just opened the gates for me. So we went and
with
did it again, and then I just improvised all this stuff. And
in which take made that? Which one?
I'd say 50% of all the improvised stuff made
The
it in.
Farrelly brothers are great guys. And do you know about how they grew up? Do you ever hear the story about his dad was a doctor, right?
Yeah.
So it's like two brothers, and I think maybe they had a sister or whatever, and mom, and just an Irish family. And I ever tell you the story? So this is how fucked up how great this family was, but also dad and mom. It was all about comedy in that household. Dad was a doctor. I think mom was a housewife. And so it's a Sunday morning. The boys have been out, and Peter sits down. They're going to watch the football game. Peter goes, Jesus. And his dad goes, what's up? He goes, my ass hurts. It's killing me. And his dad, and his dad goes, what? And he goes, my ass, it's killing me. And he goes, what do you mean your ass? He goes, it's my asshole. It's like, it feels like it's on fire, man. It's
How old is he?
25.
Oh, okay. Oh,
25.
Okay.
27.
okay.
So his dad's like, what do you mean your ass is? What are you? And he goes, my asshole. My asshole feels like it's just like, I don't know, just fucking somebody kicked me in the asshole or something like that. And his dad's a doctor. He goes, like your asshole. He goes, yeah, man, I can barely sit on this thing. And he goes, let me see your asshole. And he goes, I don't want to show you my asshole. He goes, let me see your asshole. I'm a doctor, please. Let me show you your asshole. It's fucking, that's not normal.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to show you my asshole. He goes, let me see your asshole. I mean, this is. So Peter, this is what he does to his dad. Peter goes, fine. Takes his pants off and he bends down. And
Farts on his face?
and his dad looks at us and he's got a condom in his asshole. And his dad goes, oh, Jesus, man, show your mom. And so he's like, whatever his name, Linda. She comes in, she goes, oh, God, Peter. And that was a joke he did on his dad.
Well, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. I stuck a condom in
But
my
then,
ass.
so you went Dumb and Dumber, and then the next big thing was something about Mary. Because even in that scene with the Farley brothers, he's like, well, what if they come out with 6 minute abs? You're
Yeah.
like, 6 minutes, you can't even break a sweat in 6 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that same thing.
Serial killer and something about Mary.
They let me improvise the whole thing. Yeah,
Fuck,
but
I forget all these things.
my next movie after Dumb and Dumber was actually a movie called Down Periscope, which was a submarine movie.
I auditioned for that.
You did?
Oh, yeah, I auditioned for that.
Oh, I wish you got it. We would have had so much fun.
They wanted me to play the badass guy, but I wasn't big or strong enough. I didn't. That guy right there. That guy.
Yeah, that guy, Brad. He was a cool guy, but it was so fun. Yeah, it was a submarine movie with Kelsey Grammer.
Look at the cast.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Who was the gal?
Holly.
Oh, that's right. She was so hot.
Jim
Lauren
Carrey
Holly.
married her. Yeah, they were
Holly.
married for Lauren.
Jim Carrey
Holly.
made a few of his co-stars.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you proposed to me, but I wasn't having it.
Not your thing.
No. How'd that movie do?
It did sort of medium range, you know. It wasn't a monster. Man, how many people are lining up to go see a submarine movie? You know, like
Rob Schneider was in it.
yeah, Rob.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
But and then the Farley brothers must have liked you because then if you go Dumb and Dumber and then the next, I mean, they're big boys. Something About Mary was massive.
yeah. That was that was.
You know what's funny about that? When I see that,
Something About Mary.
I remember auditioning for that. Like, there's so many actors that have come and gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you see that, and I remember a lot of them were working a lot. They'd have a spate. They'd have a run for about 3 years, and then you never fucking hear about them again.
Yeah.
Chin, let me see his red carpet outfit.
Do you remember how many movies Judge Reinhold was in? Remember that?
See him in the Go back to the images. See him down there on the red carpet. Yeah, what's the outfit there?
Oh.
A jumper. See, I dig that.
Well, that was for what was that?
Something About Mary.
Johnny.
Red carpet.
Oh yeah, that's something. God, I don't even remember that. I've never seen
Jumper,
that.
and you had the chops.
Yeah.
You
Look
still
at
got
that.
him now.
Good night, Nelly Furtado.
I've never heard anybody use that expression, but I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were unconventionally handsome.
Well, at the red carpet for Down Periscope, I sort of took the whole acting thing as a joke. I never took it very seriously. My whole MO with entertainment is it's entertainment. Let's have fun. So I
People laugh.
never really took anything too seriously. And so when I did the thing for the red carpet for Down Periscope, I went to the costume store. And William H. Macy was in the movie, and all these serious actors were in the movie. And I bought a thespian costume, like an old Shakespearean with black striped leotards and a cap with the feather and like the ruffled shoulders and everything. And, they sent a limo for me. And I remember my girlfriend at the time was a serious actress, and she wasn't really too happy about it. And I pop out. I remember popping out of the limo. They open the door, and I jump out dressed as a thespian, and Kelsey Grammer's just standing there, like, glaring at me. And I was inside. I was dying. I was just sort of mocking the whole, acting thing.
He's a sweetheart, though.
Oh, he was a nice guy, but I don't think he liked the whole... the 14th century thespian
Especially when he's the lead.
Did you ever see Kelsey Grammer's tragic family story?
No, I was busy.
You ever see that?
No.
Such a nice guy. Literally, his entire family died.
Really?
But by murder. Look it up.
Was it Bobcat?
That's like, what's his name? Colbert.
Yeah, well, his two brothers and dad died in a plane crash.
Oh.
But this is different. This is 50 years since Kelsey Grammer's younger sister was brutally murdered when she was 18.
God.
I think just her, though, right?
No, he had a bunch of other shit.
Click on that, Jen.
His father was murdered by an anti-white cab driver during a wave of racial violence.
An anti-white cab driver.
His sister was kidnapped, raped, and murdered in Colorado Springs. Horrible. In 1980, his two teenage half-brothers died in a scuba diving accident.
A lot of death.
I mean, the guy it's like he can't catch a break.
Sounds like he's bad luck.
Cursed.
Two of your brothers died in a scuba diving accident.
I'm not going to Christmas at that house.
No. And the nicest man in the world. That's heartbreaking. Good night. Good night.
Nelly Furtado.
Take a little break from chatting with these two older gentlemen because I'm here to talk to you about a company that I ride, and I ride hard for. I'm talking about my friends at Rogue Nicotine. If you're a regular viewer of Fire and the Kid, Schaub Show, Golden Hour, Food Truck Diaries, Calabasas Fight Companion, Fight Night Flashbacks, geez, I do too much. You'll notice one thing and one thing only. I'm on Rogue Nicotine. I use them every freaking day. So you guys know how much I love Rogue. I asked them to be part of my network because I love and trust Rogue Nicotine. They have the best flavors on the planet. My go-to is apple and lemon right now, but I switch it up. Might do the berry, might do peppermint, might do the wintergreen. They have a cool cinnamon one. I enjoy all the flavors, and because the flavor's intense, Rogue destroys anything else out there. You can get the pouches in 3 or 6 milligrams. I do 6 because I'm no punk, all right? So if you want to just get started, probably start with the 3 like I did, then you graduate to 6. Beyond the pouches, Rogue also makes other great nicotine products like gum, tablets, lozenges, all right? But I'm a pouch guy. So if you want to try those other sources of nicotine through the lozenges or the gum or the tablets, Rogue has that too. I take them anywhere I want. That's why I love it. I take it to the airport, on the planes, in green rooms, podcast studios. I take the gym. I take it everywhere. There's no restrictions. Rogue is my go-to source for nicotine. All right. I love it. And if you want to try the pouches like me or the gums, tablets, however you want to get your nicotine, go to roguenicotine.com. Use the code ROGUE20 for 20% off your order off these delicious little pouches. That's right. Rogue20 for 20% off your order. Again, Rogue20 for 20% off your entire order of the best the best nicotine on the planet. I'm talking about Rogue, Daddy. All right. Underage sale is prohibited. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. For more information, visit roguenicotine.com. Now let's get back to the program.
Jesus.
Look, we've been talking about a lot of dark stuff, and can I kind of lighten the mood here? Do you guys like crafts?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
I like crafts.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, I do this thing on this. Did you have a side hustle?
Yeah.
I do a thing I call Crinkle Crafts, and it's craft season, and I call it Crinkle Crafts because crafts are kind of fun and cute, and cute stuff makes you like kind of crinkle your. You ever do
your
it
little
like
nose? Oh, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute. Yeah.
I bet this is a hit at when you're giving the old people.
Well, this
baths.
is for old folks. This is for young. This is for crafts kind of cross the
It's
the
omni-age.
chasm.
It's
Yes, great word nobody knows. And so Crinkle Crafts. If you guys are up for it, I could
bring it on.
Wait,
I brought one of my craft kits, and we can do a little if we have time.
Yeah, I wondered why you brought that bag, and it always makes me nervous. I don't know if there's a small bobcat in there.
No, but there is a small baby.
Oh,
yeah,
he's cute.
This is part of the Crinkle. If you could hold that for a
Sure.
sec for me, Brendan, that'd be
This
great.
is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you hold a baby?
And this is all
I hold
stuff
babies like
people
this.
can do at home.
Okay.
Let me get some of the gear out. We got.
Oh,
Okay, that's
relish.
sweet relish though.
And we got.
Hope there's a hot dog involved.
There will be a.
You're
Not with
searching
the
your bag
baby.
like an old man because you're.
It's so funny you said that because part of it is this, and then part of it is hot dogs are the second part.
Oh.
We're gonna have fun.
I like this.
Okay.
Do you do this at Burning Man?
No, this is something I do at community centers. I've got a showing tonight at the Armenian Community Center in Glendale. If you guys have time to drop
That's
by.
a great community, the Armenian
Yeah.
community.
So these are a lot of fun. If you'll hand me the doll, and this is a lot of fun. So our first craft, we call it peanut butter eyes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Crinkle Crafts. And what we
No,
do
but
is
that's crunchy peanut butter, and it
Which I
Yeah.
I like. Yeah, that looks
so what
nice.
you do is you
My
just
favorite.
dip into with a spoon or a spatula.
Does it have to be crunchy or just
It can
smooth?
be crunchy. It can be
smooth
smooth.
works?
I like crunchy because of the texture.
Yeah.
And this is called peanut butter eyes. And what you do is you just get you just get right over the eyes like that. And then you get on one eye. And then you just right there. Let's get a little more. This is all part of the Crinkle Craft. Well, if you're going to laugh.
No, we're not. It's,
No,
it's just-
no. It's very.
It's just.
You know, it's
child-
soothing.
the child is
As
very-
you're doing this, is soothing.
Yeah.
There,
just-
and then you
well,
got
the child's
Crinkle.
blind now, right?
Well, it's
Well,
Crinkle
it's-
Crafts.
It's
and
a toy, Brian.
No, I got it.
It's called peanut butter eyes. And then what we do is, if you want to have more fun with your Crinkle Crafts, we do peanut butter eyes and baby
Relish here?
relish head.
Oh,
Okay, I thought
And
it was
what
gonna
we
be
do, you
relish
get
mouth.
a bottle. Well, if I could
wouldn't
do
put-
it my way.
Sorry.
that's his.
You
creation,
get
Brian.
your relish and you just kind of glomp it on baby's head and give it a cute little dollop.
Yeah.
And it just makes it, just sort of adds texture to the whole thing. And then if you want, you can scoop for kids. If you want to scoop, you can do peanut butter relish eyes.
See, I like that collab.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
that's
kind
amazing.
of.
Please don't get it all over our studio.
Well, if you can let me do the Crinkle
no. We
Craft.
are. That's.
Are you in or not, B?
No, I'm in. And that's
peanut butter eyes
for the
cool. It
holidays.
smells
It's
good.
pretty amazing.
And then it's so
Yeah.
funny. Your instinct went to hot dogs, and if you could hold the baby, again.
You got it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is really.
Jim, can we
fun.
get some napkins or something because he's getting relish everywhere?
Well,
It's not too bad.
Okay. All right. No, that's.
here we have.
You can smell the relish.
I thought you
Oh,
had
you
hot
brought hot
dogs.
dogs.
This is fun, and this next craft is almost therapeutic. Do any of you chant or meditate?
I do. I do a lot of Buddhism.
You do?
Yeah.
How often do you chant?
Yeah. How often do you
that?
chant?
How
bro?
often do you chant?
Pretty much every morning and night. I'm a Buddhist.
Oh, great. Okay,
Brian
then
really
you'll,
likes to
you'll
howl.
like this.
I'm a
Brian, like
Christian
you
Buddhist.
howl. You howl into the.
I howl. I howl
What you
at the
do?
moon.
This is called baby wiener face, and what you
Okay.
well,
Okay. No. It's fine. It just.
what you do is you get it's funny you had an instinct because you take out the wiener, and this is very therapeutic. Hand me the Crinkle Craft child.
Yep.
And what you do, guys, is you just get the meat and you just roll it up the baby's face. You just-
Yeah.
And rolling it up and down, it sort of soothes the soul.
Yeah.
Tight rolls too.
Very
You're not doing
calming.
big.
Yeah.
Would
That'd be OT, right? Occupational therapy.
Would anyone like to try the Crinkle
I'm
Craft?
good from here.
No,
because
I
can
like
see
to.
what you're
I
doing.
learn by watching.
Yeah.
Well, if you just roll the meat, the wiener, all over the baby's face.
Yeah. Now
Well-
then everything here is legal, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, and sometimes if you're feeling aggressive, if you have anger, man, you can smack.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
Smack.
Yes,
the-
Therapeutic.
Yeah. You can.
or
get-
you can even stab.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
No,
this
I
is if you've
understand.
got anger, but this is therapy, and
but
you can
we don't.
stab
You're-
the baby.
You're
I'm sure-
stabbing the baby in the peanut butter eyes, and I think that's
I'm sure if you're really mad, you probably up it to bratwurst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just slap
No,
it
okay,
around.
I know, but we're making a mess now. and
Well, I'm trying to. It's Crinkle Crafts.
I know.
Let
I
him
s-
share his enthusiasm.
God,
I
bro,
think that's
downer.
when, I think
Debbie
this is when you
Downer.
get demonetized. I'm not sure, but
I don't think so.
No?
No, it's a toy.
it
and
is
it's
a fake
therapy.
baby.
hot dog.
We should remind people it is a fake baby.
And if you
not a
think it's
baby.
real, Brian, don't watch the show. You know?
You're right. You're
Wow,
right.
Debbie Downer. I'm trying,
is that-
trying to help people.
He's trying to raise the mood. What? Hey, Brian, you want to talk about death?
yeah, you want another Burning
you want
Man
to tell us?
story?
Want to tell us
No.
another person's family that died?
There's a hot dog. There's half a dog there.
Well, that's part of, no one said crafts are easy.
No, I'm not saying there are, but so that would be the end of the craft.
Yeah, and what we do is, and the money we make selling these craft kits is you can send money to Cinnamon Angels Fly Away. All the proceeds go to that. And you can send it directly to my Venmo at Harland Williams, and then we
make sure it gets to the
gets
cinnamon.
over.
Is there a minimum donation?
We like $100 starting block, and to help
$100.
for the kids.
Is there a maximum? Because I know
No
Brian's
max, but
Yeah.
at least 100 to get it started. And
How much of the money goes to running the organization, and how much actually goes to the kids?
Well,
I'm sorry to ask these questions. I think
yeah, I
it's
feel
important,
like
though.
I'm being audited, sort of.
Yeah.
And I
No,
think
no,
if
no,
we could just stay on the creative and not
Yeah,
focus
and
so much on the
Focus more on what-
finances.
who he's helping.
I'm sorry.
Think about the children. Someone at a mall near a Cinnabon, as you mentioned, falling to the ground, ankles puffing up, foam,
Eyes.
You're right.
eyes bleeding,
You don't want- It's
hard.
anal warts popping up.
I don't know if that's a reaction
Well,
from
this
cinnamon.
is
Some of them.
some of
Yeah.
these cinnamon children.
It's hard to, when you get that smell of Cinnabon, it's hard not
Yeah,
to just
it
go.
did.
I smell.
Two
I
cans
smell
in.
relish right now. I
Relish,
smell relish
sorry.
and hot dogs right now.
That would be baby wiener face, a relish head, peanut butter eyes. I can send you one of my craft kits if you for the.
I will get our address to you.
Okay.
And,
I feel like Brian's judging a little bit.
I'm really-
I feel a little.
no, I'm not.
Are you sure, Mauro? Because
Well-
you kind of judged him for not, Burning Man.
Yeah,
And then you judged him for what happened with the Bobcat and Scotty McGinn.
yeah, kind of like a child hater.
Scotty,
Scotty
but what's it? What was his name?
McCracken.
Kraken.
Scotty McCracken.
McCracken.
Scotty McCracken.
I just worry sometimes, that when you do that with a doll and you have this essential ritual that looked like a ritual, that sometimes you can conjure spirits and sometimes you can open portals to a darker entity.
Well,
And I
you
think
would
that's a
know
fair-
Mark of the Beef.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
don't you go back to Epstein Island?
Hey,
Yeah.
I've never
I
been
mean,
there.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Listen.
Harlan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You're not open-minded.
No, I'm trying
That's
to
what's going on.
You know
here.
where when he went to Epstein's Island from Welcome Back, Kotter, he was over there. Ow, Mr. Okay, bad joke.
I worked with him.
You did?
I did.
Was
So you
Epstein?
have been to Epstein's Island.
You worked
He
with
passed away.
Jeffrey Epstein?
No, with Epstein from Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh God.
Really old
Scared
reference.
me.
Me and
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, and he played our brother, our oldest brother.
And he passed away
Passed away.
on
Great
Epstein
guy.
Island.
Wow, what a performance.
Yeah. No, that wasn't part of the performance.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought maybe you acted him to death.
You were there he is. Robert
wow.
Hayes. Great
Old
guy.
school.
Yeah, passed away though. He was not old.
Again, a lot of death on
lot
this
of death.
episode.
Yeah, guys,
but-
that's why I'm glad I brought up the
I appreciate
Crinkle
you
Crafts,
mixing it
yeah.
up. Otherwise, it's so dark.
I think Crinkle Crafts really
if we're,
lifted
if
the
we're gonna
mood
double
and-
down on death, Twitch, who was the DJ for Ellen
My
DeGeneres,
girl woke up almost
committed
crying.
suicide. Well, he had three beautiful children. His wife was beautiful.
My girl literally ruined
shot
her
himself
day.
in the chest.
Why? He did?
Well, shit, if I knew, I prevented. I don't.
But dude,
Does anyone want to roll
So
a
my
wiener?
my girl used to watch.
We have a
that
grill
and
on the
say,
back,
Watch
Thicccboy
him,
grill.
Watch how amazing he is.
Oh, him dancing, and then also with Ellen stuff. Like then he started to host the show. He was producing his own shows.
Oh, this is for real?
They had,
This
a, yeah,
happened-
they had a clothing
Oh, wow.
line.
If we're gonna go down death,
Perfect family. Perfect family.
His kids were gorgeous. His wife gorgeous.
I know, and they would dance.
You
They
know who's
would-
close with him? Aubrey Marcus.
Oh man, do you know? Do we know? Did he suffer from depression?
I have no. I would assume. I don't know, man.
makes no
I know
sense.
as much of this as I do the guy who ran to the fire.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense, man.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
I mean, I don't know what to say about it, man. My girl woke up and she just was so messed up.
I thought it was like clickbait because I read the news every morning. It popped up and I was like, that has to be like a weird thing, because he's young. He's 40, damn near my age. So it was like,
But also,
what?
also 3 children. Think about the despair. Fuck, man. Fuck.
Maybe we should get one of those babies out and do the peanut butter thing again. I don't
No, we're good. Let's move on.
That's a grab.
Let's
Well,
do
all right,
some
let's
more-
go to current
do some
events.
more
Let's go to current
with
events.
Harland
That
Williams.
gets us into current events.
Current events with Harland
Those
Williams.
Good Morning American anchors, huh?
Yeah.
Should we
Speaking
start
of
with current
wieners.
events or questions?
Questions for Harlan. Let's get the questions
do a
rolling.
couple.
So we asked the fans to submit questions for you, Harlan.
Thank you. I got my cactus cooler.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm ready for questions.
I've never even heard of Cactus Cooler.
You will.
Okay. That your company?
Well, there is cinnamon in the ingredients.
Oh, man.
So it's not for everybody.
It's
yeah.
not for
Be
everybody.
careful.
It's not for everybody.
This is a little bit longer, but so Mr. Harland Williams, my father and I have always been distant. He's 25 years military, and I'm the guy in high school who pressed his naked butt cheeks against things.
Hilarious.
We bonded for the first time, though, watching Rocket Man. I'm 35 and laugh, and I guess we're laughing our dicks off. Even today, we reminisce about your egg, cheese, and liverwurst sandwich, and he calls me John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Is there a movie in which you tie great sentimental value like I do with Rocket Man? Thanks, guys, and thank you for bringing back fan questions.
Good question.
John Michael.
Good question.
Wow.
John Michael.
That's a very common type of email and comment that I get from people in real life. For some reason, Rocket Man really bonded families.
It's a massive movie.
And in particular, it bonded like fathers and sons and daughters. It was a real kind of...
Really?
Yeah, I get it so much more than any other body of work I've done.
Wow.
And it's not the Elton John Rocket Man. It's a Rocket Man. It was a comedy I did about the first guy to go to Mars. I played Rocket Man, and we're the first
Is it a
people.
drama or is it a comedy?
It's a full-on comedy.
Comedy,
It's like, but it really drew people together.
Type
and-
in Rocket Man, Chin.
yeah, and as far as the second question about is there something sentimental about a movie, if I can go back to Dumb and Dumber, there's a line that I improvised in Dumb and Dumber where as the highway patrolman, I stop the guys and they're drinking beer and I see the beer bottle and I go, give me that bottle of booze. And I go, have you guys been sucking back on Granddaddy's cough syrup?
Yeah.
And so that line originated from when I was a little boy, I would go to my grandparents' house, and my grandfather used to like to have a drink with whatever liquor. I don't know what it was, but he called it cough syrup. So he'd say to my grandmother, go, Mother, bring me some more cough syrup. They didn't want the kids to know he was drinking.
Yeah.
And so when I was improvising that scene, because it was booze, that popped back into my head, and that's where the "you boys been sucking back on Granddaddy's cough syrup" came
Classic
from.
line.
Yeah.
What's interesting is so that there's his Rocket Man. This is what's weird for me is my dad. He didn't know, and my dad loved. He's alive, but he still loves movies.
Yeah.
So he took me opening night to Something About Mary. When did Something About Mary come out, Chin? I was young,
Yeah.
and that movie is not for kids.
One of the great
One of the greatest movies of all
Yeah.
time. It's
Still holds up.
so 1998. So was that 7? So I was 15.
Wow.
15 years old, and even at 15, so I was fine to go to it, but I'm with my dad, and you remember when Ben Stiller jacks off, and then he's like, "Where in the fuck?"
Oh, yeah.
And I'm with my dad. I'm like, "Oh, this is so awkward." And me and my dad could not stop laughing when he was like, "Where in the fuck?" Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, is that here, Joe?" I've never seen my dad laugh harder.
My grandma-
And me and him just bonded over that, and then
Oh,
it was
wow.
like. It was okay, because then I was so tense.
Right
I didn't want to
passage.
laugh. So finally, once he started laughing at that, then it was like, "Oh, we're good."
okay
This
to
is
laugh at something
My,
naughty.
my,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
grandmother, my Italian grandmother.
How old is she? I
laughing
might have
so
washed
hard.
her.
She passed away
Okay.
about 20 years ago.
Okay,
22
so I
years ago.
haven't
But thank you.
washed
No,
her.
it's
Just
okay.
missed her.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay, but thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
But she was laughing so hard at that scene that she was when you're like wheezing, and I went, "Wow, my grandmother gets it," because that's like cum.
You know what the bummer is? Like, I don't think there's no comedies like that today. Like, I don't even know
Yeah.
if they could make that movie today.
they can, but they
They're
won't.
scared-
That's
well,
the
they're going to
problem.
learn the hard way. I think it's going to come back full circle. And
It
somebody's
will.
going to take the risk.
It
but
will.
right now, it's like they're so worried about offending this group or that group.
We're
And
worried
obviously,
about it,
something about
Brandon.
Mary, like obviously, what Cameron Diaz in that movie, she's dating all these other guys.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
and
But
these
Brennan,
guys are
don't you feel
creepy.
like we're worried about it? Even
Who's worried about it?
on a podcast that we
not
worry
worried
about
about
it.
it.
Well, but just sometimes it's like it's in the back of everybody's mind now. Oh, is that too much? Did we
Well,
say this?
I'm worried about because of the show and you have employees and stuff like that. YouTube will demonetize things if it's according to them over the line, or if it's 21 or older, so, which affects numbers, which we've dealt with for about 2 years now. So but that at some point it's like, all right, well, either conform to those rules, or you just keep doing what you're doing. It's going to
Keep
come
doing
back.
it. Keep doing
'Cause
what
you
you're
conform to those rules. I don't want to do that.
I'm
agree
just
with you.
picturing
I'll quit.
Crinkle Crafts getting cut out of this show right
What
now.
was that?
Crinkle Crafts.
Never.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
Never.
None of that's getting cut.
That's important to get out to people.
And I hate
The
when
most
people-
important
I hate when
lesson.
people come on, especially if they're
Crinkle
comics and they're
Crafts.
thinking of that. and you can tell they're holding
No, it
back.
ruins
you
everything.
can't.
That's why I love Sam Tripoli. Like, on the Fight
And
Command.
Harland Williams.
Yeah, of
he did
course.
Crinkle Crafts.
Because on Fight Command, I told
He
Sam
beat a
Tripoli.
baby with a hot dog.
I told everybody on hot dog and relish, and then put peanut butter.
Well,
on
it
the
was
sides.
therapy for me, though.
no,
Yeah.
I know that.
Don't judge,
No,
Brian.
I'm not. But
And
they're-
it wasn't a real baby.
No, it was-
Nobody
that's-
died
that's
like when the
very
bobcat
important.
ate.
Yeah, I would not hold a baby like
Yeah.
that if it was real.
Yes.
But on Fight Command, I told Sam Tripoli's like a comic from the '90s. If he's more famous, he'd been canceled years ago. So
Yeah.
he just shoots from the hip. So before we do Fight Command, I go, fellas, no restrictions. I talked to my guys at YouTube. Just don't do anything crazy in the first 2-3 minutes. Sam's like, no, dude, that's easy.
Yeah.
Minute in, dude,
minute in.
I like fucking fat chicks. I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
You went, oh, we're going there.
I went,
already.
we're going there. I went, YouTube's going like it's demonetized. Sam goes, too much of them. Nope. Go on, Sam. We're already down this road. It's a
Good,
live
good.
show. Do your thing.
Every
'Cause if
now
put
and then
restrictions on-
you gotta let an episode slip through where you don't. It's
You
not
gotta
about
by,
the money.
By every now and then, you mean my entire network.
Really?
I can't. I won't do it. If we have to, do this weird middleman thing.
No,
and
it's
calm
not-
down. No,
It's not who we are. It's also
Good.
not
I'm
funny.
glad to hear that.
No.
It's not
Glad to
funny.
hear
And we
that.
know,
You don't censor yourself.
Never.
No.
I just find it's a bit frustrating that there's entities out there that want to censor, whereas I don't think they used to do that,
No.
but now they do. But I think it'll come back around where they
I
just
don't know.
kind of
I don't think it'll
like,
come
no.
back around. I
do.
think we're going to get more and more divided, where there'll be parallel economies and parallel levels of entertainment, to say the least. So, in other words, I think that you're going to always have this group of people that don't believe in fun and that are professionally offended by everything. Those people are over here. They're just a personality type. I'm going to ask you not to slip your cactus juice when I'm talking like that.
Sorry.
All right. And then you're going to have the rest of us in the vast middle who want comedy the way it should be.
Yeah, but the other way though they're going to learn the hard way because the numbers don't
Sorry.
lie. Like those people that are doing that and playing that game and making sure nobody's feeling.
Good
hurt.
luck with that.
A, it's not funny.
Good luck making money.
No, even those woke people, they're not buying tickets to it. So it's going to come back full circle. And also, what I think helps us is however you feel about Elon Musk. Is he doing everything right? No, who is? But with him leaking those files on how they were doing things at Twitter and suppressing and making sure accounts weren't seen and blacklisting people, I think that puts notice on these other big corporations, with YouTube and Facebook and Meta and Instagram and TikTok, where it's like, hey, if Twitter's doing this, you guys doing this too. So it's only going to be a matter of time before they go, we can't keep doing this. So I think it releases the hound.
Did you see what Jack Dorsey said? Let me read this.
Yeah, I
So
sent this to Chin. I thought this was interesting. This
Really?
is from Barstool.
There's a lot of conversation about the Twitter files. Here's my take and thoughts on how to fix the issues identified. I'll start with the principles I've come to believe based on everything I've learned and experienced through my past actions as a Twitter co-founder and lead. Social media must be resilient to corporate and government control. 2, only the original author may remove content they produce. Wow. Number 3, moderation is best implemented by algorithmic choice. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
What does that mean? And then I
Keep
don't
going
want
down,
I don't
Tim.
want to edit everything. Go back. I don't want to edit everything into 280 char chunks. So here's the rest.
It goes to a different page.
So he basically talks about how he got compromised once there was like money and special interest and it just got out of hand. So he was saying allowing the government to have influence is a massive mistake that he made, and he's taking accountability for it, which
Look at this
kudos to
though.
him.
I completely gave up pushing for them when an activist entered our stock in 2020. I no longer had hope of achieving any of it as a public company with no defense mechanisms. Lack of a dual class shares being a key one.
read the next paragraph.
Plan my
This is the
exit.
biggest.
Okay.
The biggest mistake I made was continuing to invest in building tools for us to manage the public conversation versus building tools for the people using Twitter to easily manage it for themselves. The burden,
This burdened the company.
burdened the company with too much power and openness to significant outside pressure, such as advertising budgets. I generally think companies have become far too powerful, and that became completely clear to me with our suspension of Trump's account. As I've said before, we did the right thing for the public company business at the time, but the wrong thing for the internet and society.
Wow. Listen, man.
What a
Kudos to
load
him.
of bullshit.
Really?
I mean, here's the guy, he's giving himself an exit window. He was the CEO of a company that dealt in public opinion, and he let all this stuff happen and acts like, water got into the framework and whoops, you're in charge. You're running the ship, dude.
You're the mastermind
but
behind
Yeah,
it.
you let that stuff happen,
isn't
and
it
to act
possible-
like now you're back and I learned all this stuff. What a bullshit.
My thing about someone like Jack Dorsey and that is that I don't know that anyone is equipped to deal with a monster you create like that. That became Frankenstein, and I don't know if he ever had a skill set to be prescient enough or managerial enough to handle the monster it became. I think the lesson here is that anybody at the helm of that
compromise.
But anybody at the helm of that ship might have been in a position where, okay, this is good for our shareholders, this is good for the business, but bad for the internet. And things when your whole board of directors says we have to suspend Trump's account, and there's a shitload of pressure. So let me give you the converse thing. Elon Musk now takes over Twitter and opens it up. Now you have a massive amount of people who say, this is hate speech, I'm leaving Twitter. He also reinstates Trump, which has its own backlash to the tune that a lot of liberal women and other liberal people are not buying Teslas. Now, couple that with the Europeans coming in, with other people entering the
But
market.
couple that with Twitter's never had more users.
I don't
since
know
he
if
took
that's
over.
true.
Look it up, Jen.
Yeah, but Twitter also has some major problems, and he's milking.
he just took it
but he's
over.
milking Tesla from Twitter. So what I'm saying is that, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It's not damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like if you build something and its sole purpose is to allow the public
Look, Twitter
across
usage
the board.
downloads grows since he took over.
But it says it
So
may have
you
lost a
got to be
million
careful. No, you
users.
got to be careful where you're
Okay.
getting your news.
Yep.
So again, you're using Google, right, Jen? Figure it out. And I'm not being mean there.
Yep.
I'm just saying you got to realize like what's going to pop up first, and then what's really actually happening. Twitter has lost 50 of its top 100 advertisers since Elon took over, and he knew he was going to do that. But the usage and the users have gone up since he took over.
And
there's going to be some. Don't get it twisted. Like he doesn't know how to run this company. Really, he's doing what he thinks
Yep.
is right, which to me is better than what Twitter was doing.
Yep.
I'd rather have this, and again, it's chaos. I'd rather have that than being suppressed and only one side of the political line gets to voice their opinion.
I think, though, he is going to face a lot of the same challenges that the original Twitter staff
I disagree.
people did.
I disagree because of his backing. Because this thing fails, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't need to be compromised.
I don't know.
He's fine either way.
Maybe. Mainly in the U.S. Okay. Interesting. There you go. Twitter has grown under Elon Musk, mainly in the U.S. Twitter downloads have increased. Wow. Okay. He's a leader, and I'm amazed that he's been so demonized. It's fascinating to me. It's like you guys need the mainstream media. You lost Trump. Now you need another boogeyman. It's
Lost
like,
Trump, you
wow.
lost Rogan, so now it's Elon.
wow.
Especially, but of course, why wouldn't they go for him?
Jesus.
Like they're going to go for him because he's the guy.
He's a visionary,
where
creates a lot of
But then
jobs,
also,
American.
the left was able to push this agenda for so long, and they took money and funding, especially even with the White House. And he comes and goes, "We're not doing that anymore." But he's not saying, "I'm going to do what you guys did, and now it's going to be just for the right." He's like, "You weren't doing it right, but I'm also not going to advocate on the right either." It's wild
when
west.
you say the left too, I don't even know who are these people and what is the agenda? Why are you so mad at Elon Musk? Honestly, there are other things to be mad at. Somebody said I had Peter Zion on my podcast. He's a global
great.
strategist, wrote an amazing book, and everybody should read his book. The End is Just the Beginning. You got to read that book, Bubba. It's very important. And he said, the United States compared to China and all these other countries that don't have the population to sustain their economies, never mind the fact that they don't have energy independence and they have to import it and they're not going to be able to.
Well,
so
not China.
China, 100%. China, 80% of China needs to import 80% of its goods to grow its own food.
But they have the capacity.
No,
right?
China's
They're
so fucked.
overcrowded.
Oh, it's so fucked.
Are they not overcrowded?
They're overcrowded
Don't
with
they-
old people. They don't have enough young people, so they're not
limiting-
they're not at replacement rates.
Yeah.
So they don't have enough young. Believe it or not, China for 3 decades have had a one-child policy, strictly enforced.
Yes.
Remember this: they're ethnic minorities like the Uyghurs. They have monitors living in their houses to make sure that they don't procreate.
Yep.
On top of that, they are at 0.8 children per woman, which is the lowest in history anywhere. What that means is this is a disaster. Their population is very old. They don't have enough young people to even support their economy or their old people. They don't have a tax base for that. They don't even have enough young people. Now they're telling young people to have 5 kids. They don't have enough young kids to replace. It's too late. Xi knows this. The Chinese knows. They've known this for 10 years. Now they have to figure out a way to get their energy. They're completely dependent on foreign energy. They cannot police their own seas because their Navy sucks and they're 30 years away from having a Navy. The United States Navy, we are 10 times stronger. The United States Navy, 10 times stronger than all the other navies combined.
Which is why we help
and
out
what
some
Peter
countries.
Zion was saying was that, we're doing great in comparison to the world when we have these wars over gender-neutral bathrooms and puberty blockers. That's when you know,
point.
as a country, you got no problems.
Yeah.
You're talking about countries like Russia and China, especially China, though, and Korea, who have to import their own energy, that are going to have a tough time feeding themselves because they don't have the materials they need for artificial fertilizer. It's a fucking disaster. And when I talked to him, I was just like, he makes such an amazing argument. The book is called The End of the World is Near. And the end of the world is just the beginning. Mapping the collapse of globalization. And I got to tell you, man, it was shocking. He doesn't think, and this is a guy that has been doing this forever, he doesn't think China, as you know it as a country, or Russia are going to be countries in about 10 years. They are going to be fiefdoms. They are going to be sort of various republics run by different warlords. That's no
that's
joke.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're in the Ukrainian war. That's so far from over. That's going to go on for 5 years.
It's gonna be like this in the Middle
And
East.
they want parts of Poland. So the stakes are crazy high. They can't pull out. They can't leave. It's going to be ugly.
Johnny Good News over here. Huh?
Johnny Good
Ah,
News.
Go back to people dying.
Peter
huh?
Zion.
What else?
We don't have problems.
Something happier. I guess it's happier.
I'm deep, man. I'm fucking deep.
So Pornhub always reveals whatever there was. It was deep.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So at the end of the year, Pornhub always does these reports about who's been searched the most, who's been down, what kind of porn, what style.
These are my
what
favorite.
So this is their 2022.
It never aligns with me.
Nope.
Well, she's Abella
She
Danger.
aligns with me.
Who is she?
Abella Danger. She was like one of the most popular porn stars of 2022.
What's
Now
her
I
name?
have a theory on why she's so big because she was dating Mike from Logan Paul, right?
The other girl.
Oh, that's a different. one.
different girl, yeah.
Okay.
She's
But
gorgeous.
I've seen her work. It's impressive.
Really?
Alana Rhodes. That's who.
Alana
yeah,
Rhodes, that's
Alana
right,
Rhodes.
and she's high on the list. too.
Lesbian.
Yeah. So these
Alana
are the
Rhodes
top
number 2.
searches.
Lesbian, which again, most of them I just don't mess with.
Doesn't
Lesbian
mess-
does nothing.
No, it does nothing.
I don't be,
Harland.
like
can't take his eyes off.
like your craft bit. I need a wiener. You know what I'm saying? I
I got to see a wiener.
need peanut butter with some wiener.
You
What's,
want a-
what's
want a wiener?
hentai?
Yeah, big black wiener.
What the fuck is hentai?
That's what I was wondering.
Is that Japanese? I think it's
Anime.
anime, but then with tentacles. I think that's the one with tentacles.
Just to show you, America's some freaks. Lesbian
What the
and then
fuck?
anime and tentacle wieners. And then
Ebony, awesome.
I get Latina. I get
Yep,
Asian. All right,
Asian.
threesome. I'm in.
Threesome.
Stepmom's always
Stepmom.
weird. Big
dick.
It has to be ass. I looked at how the difference.
Oh, is it big ass?
Big ass.
BBC.
Okay. Big black dick.
Okay.
Big black cock.
I donated
Cream
to
pie.
that one. Okay.
Cream pie.
Japanese. Okay. Anal.
Anal.
Okay. Black.
Black.
Okay.
And then
And big-
Brendan's
big
favorite, big cock.
Big cock.
Big cock.
Wow.
Or big
Don't say
dick.
my favorite thing.
I mean, you said in the
Abella,
videos, you're like,
Don't say my favorite.
Abella Danger is top porn star.
Yep.
Lana Rhodes.
second.
Riley Reid still.
Violet Myers, Angela White, and
I don't
then
know these girls.
trending search. You should. Lana Rhodes and Danger. They're like the Meryl Streep of porn.
Abella and
I don't
Lana
know if
Rhodes.
she'd like that comparison.
Can I see what? Can I see
Frown
that?
upon that.
Whoa.
Brandon,
Bella Danger was the one
Bryan
we
wants
just
to
saw.
see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Lana Rhodes dated Mike from he's Logan Paul's co-host.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
I
Lana Rhodes.
I have a reason that's probably why she's so high on the list. Now she's been popping for a hot second. She's
Oh,
gorgeous.
yeah. she's-
Gorgeous. Yeah. What are we doing?
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch porn. I don't. I swear to God.
Hey,
I
listen.
haven't watched
Hey.
porn in I don't know how long. For real.
I know you're on this.
But now I'm gonna
I know
go
you're on
look
this
at that.
religious kick right now. But I need you to
it
stop
just doesn't turn
lying
me
to
on.
in the public.
Doesn't turn me on. What?
And this is what they've searched the most in each state.
I'm calling bullshit. In Colorado, goth is number one. How dare
Yeah,
you
I don't
do my
know.
city
Look at
like
Florida. It's the
Jeez.
British news.
Breast expansion.
BBC.
That's right. Big black.
that? How about
guy.
New Orleans just says black?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Wisconsin's just pegging. What's that
It
say
means
about you?
that was the top out of all the other searches. That's what they're saying. The range. It's coming from like the internet IP stuff, I guess.
And then furries on there.
Yeah, they have you have access to their master server, I guess, and that's where you get a sense.
And then one's just smoking. I don't know what that is. Of course, now you know the most subscriptions to porn. This might be surprising for you guys. You know I do the Green Room Diaries, so I do all the research on the cities before I go in them. The number one state with the most subscriptions to porn site, Utah.
That makes sense.
Kinda makes
You got
sense.
Mormons. Anywhere they tell you not to fuck, people are going fuck, or at least they got to
Really? Yeah,
No,
Harlan-
that's what they
Harlan
said
hasn't
down
said
in
a
Mount
word
Pleasant.
since we
Well,
brought up
Harlan's
this
been
article.
mesmerized.
Yeah.
Harlan, I know you lead prayer circles. I know you're aligned with the divine, but what is your porn? Are you a porn guy? Do you have a specific thing you're into?
No,
Sorry to
I,
get
li- I,
personal.
li- I like pet videos. You know, like
Furry?
I
And
like
Crinkle Crafts?
No, I like watching videos of like a cat playing with a ball of
No, I know,
yarn or
Harlan.
a dog coming through a dog door.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying right now.
well,
All right.
I feel like Harlan would like magazines, like old school ones.
as long as there's pets in
While
it.
you sip a tab, an old school tab.
Oh, I don't drink diet drinks, guy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's your soda pop of choice?
Well, I have the cactus cooler here.
I never even seen those.
Is
That looks like
is
you
that
bottled it
alcohol-free?
in your garage. You have a bottling.
Would you like a slurp?
It looks like you have an old school bottling operation.
Orange
in your garage.
pineapple. That sounds nice.
Yeah, you want a slurp?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I
Great,
wouldn't mind
guy.
a little.
It's delicious.
Like a taquito with this would be nice. Or a little
Yeah.
quesadilla.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Or maybe some alcohol.
You get out of here, you little pumpkin pie haircut freak.
Pass it on to
That's
Wild
pretty,
Boy.
Is that
Nice.
pretty sweet?
Yeah. It's nice though. Remind me of the drink Josta back in the day.
That's a Fanta. That's a nice Fanta.
I'm gonna
No,
take one more.
that's cactus cooler,
That's
guy.
a delicious Fanta.
Well, you're saying it wrong.
cactus
I like
Cooler.
that you drink
What is
a heavy sugary drink and you could give two fucks.
Yeah, that's what my tramp stamp says.
Yeah. And I like your striated forearms.
Thanks, bro.
Oh,
I said
damn,
forearms.
daddy.
A little bit of fire. Gotta keep those oldies in line.
Hell yeah.
No, I know.
What else you got, Jen? Give us one more.
Okay, this is a simple one then. So this has been trending for some reason. I've never thought Brittany Griner and Pete Davidson looked alike at all. But when she was in the plane traveling back to America, they had a videotape of her.
Because she had the shaved head, and then they have,
She had a hat
they have
on.
the similar eyes. I think it's the condition, so I'm not trying to make fun of them, but they have similar
Check it out.
eyes. Yeah, she looks like Pete Davidson. They have similar like circles on her eyes.
Yes.
I didn't realize her voice was that deep too. She has a really deep voice.
Yeah, should dunk on you too. Now.
Ну вы знаете, куда вы летите?
Do you know where I'm heading to? No. No? No.
I think they took her to San
Fly back
Antonio
home.
to the military base.
To
There.
the US. To the US.
Да, конечно. Так что все будет нормально.
Everything will be fine.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, she's
That's why they say
That's a very deep voice.
Very deep
play
voice.
some hoops. Play some hoops. But Schultz, he said it best. He did a pod with on Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne. And he's like, people are gonna keep the same energy. All these people are saying, "Oh, get Britney Spears, get Brittany Griner back in the States." And he goes, "Then go to the WNBA games because nobody goes." He's like, "Where's the energy? If you're gonna this much support, do the energy and give back to the." I don't know, what are you looking at, Jen?
Hold on.
So someone sent this in, and it's some like
Oh,
guy
looks
that
like
speaks
Brian with
Spanish,
better hair.
That
and
guy
he's like
is
doing massage
that's why
therapy
they
to
did
another
that.
man.
That was Brian before he cut his own hair.
Para no dejar demasiado
But you as an Italian.
This is my worst. This is my least favorite kind of massage. Fuck off. I don't even know
I've
if
never
that's
had a
good
massage.
for you.
That was
Remember
the
that
last
scene in Alien where the alien popped out of
Yes.
the belly? I feel like it's
Yes.
about to burst out of that guy's underpants.
Me too, and I feel like that does nothing.
That thing is
for you.
bursting.
That guy's full of shit, and that does
It
nothing.
depends what it is. If it's that MAT, the muscle activation technique, sometimes that works.
You've done sports a long time, high level. You've worked with the best people.
Yes,
right?
I have. Oh, sorry.
No,
Man, I was
hoping-
talking to
no, I was
Brent.
hoping
Sorry.
you'd
I thought
chime
he
in
was
on
looking
this.
at
But
me.
but
I
what
was
do you
gonna
what
weird
do you
wandering eyes.
what do you cry bullshit on? What do you believe in? Like massage, obviously.
I mean, we don't have enough time, but I mean, chiropractor, I don't, I think
don't-
that's all
you don't fuck
snake
with.
oil.
Yep.
I don't, they're not even doctors. The MAT, that muscle activation technique stuff, like Lauren Landau, I think came up with that. And that's, I mean, Peyton Manning did, Tim Tebow.
Which is what? What is that?
where they get to the, like if there's an injured muscle, they
Yeah.
go to the, like basically where the muscle's at,
Yes.
where it connects, and they fire that up to
Got
get
it.
blood flowing. Like that stuff is legit.
Yes.
Like Peyton Manning believed in it so much when they won the Super Bowl MVP that Lauren was basically living, like going on the road with him, like living with him.
Lauren, along with Leo Flowers, cured my back, cured my lower back, for real.
How'd you hurt your back, guy?
I always had back problems. This motherfucker, Lauren Landau.
How though is
gave
what
me
I asked.
exercises.
How did you
Yeah, how'd
hurt
you
it?
do it?
Like you're kind of avoiding
living
how
close
it
to the
happened.
bone, living close to the bone.
That's
taking
not
no
an
shit.
answer.
I take no shit. I live close to the bone, and I right or wrong the minute I see it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Sometimes you gotta use some torque.
Sometimes to come full circle back to Burning Man, sometimes you get too close to the flame.
Sometimes you get too close to the flames.
Yeah,
Thank
Too
you.
soon?
but
Too soon?
By the
well,
way,
no, he's not answering. I want to know what fell on you at Home Depot to hurt your back.
nothing fell on me, bro.
What happened,
But
guy?
when you shouldered the truth, your lower back got to take some of that load. You
He's
understand?
like-
Let's hear
like
it.
David
Let's
Goggins
hear
right
it.
now.
There it is.
Well,
I'll
how
tell
did you
something
hurt your
else.
back?
If I see a wrong,
Specifically.
if I see a wrong and it needs to be
is
righted with some
gibberish.
torque, and I got to throw bones, and you know when I throw bones, whether it's my feet, the bones of my feet, bones of my hand, you got to get some torque.
This
Can you
could
guys
be
not
this could
fucking-
be Nelly Furtado doing satanic chants right now. How did you hurt your back, kid?
Yeah.
I was a wrestler as a young man.
No, that's not
No,
it.
too
Don't.
I did a lot of
ambiguous.
taekwondo.
What was the exact moment you were lifting
What
what?
did it?
You fell down a cliff.
Look, man,
you
warm
were
up, you're
riding
playing
Dolly
handball or
Parton.
Whatever it was years of sports, guys.
I'm not.
I don't think
wish
he
you-
has a
You
bad
don't know
back.
this.
I don't think he has a bad
Yeah, I
back.
think this is fake news.
Not anymore, I
Fake
don't.
news, yeah.
Not anymore, I
Jack
don't. Man,
Dorsey.
stop doing that. You're
back's
dismissing
fine.
me.
Your back's
Stop
fine.
dissing me with it. You don't know
Give me an
that.
answer. When did you hurt it?
You want us to feel sorry for you.
Right,
That's
I have
what
a
it is.
scar on my arm. I know I was attacked by a mountain lion. I know what that scar is.
Hold on. Hold on. You were attacked by a mountain
No,
lion?
don't make this about him.
Don't
Get
switch
back to you.
gears,
What was the
Pollywog
one-
Pete. Let's go.
Holly, what?
Pollywog Pete.
Well, okay, well, look, man. Maybe part of it is people not fucking buying me at my money right now. Maybe people not buying me at my word, you know?
I'm just-
And right now, both of you guys.
Hogwash.
Talking nothing.
I'm
Dude,
not.
did you get in a car accident? Did you roll down a hill with one of your boyfriends? What happened? How did you
No, I didn't. I
hurt
don't-
your fourth
Give us the
vertebrae?
goddamn
Don't
truth,
have a.
man.
I never said it was my fourth vertebrae. You're
What-
putting words in
well,
my
how
mouth.
did you hurt your back there, trilobite tits?
Stop
God.
calling me names. I don't
Well-
even know what you're saying,
Tell us
dude.
why you need to see these specialists. I feel like you're just looking for sympathy.
You guys got me chasing my own tail. Now my back is starting to hurt. I'm seizing up. I've been beat up. We've had 2 guests on, and it's been Monday and Wednesday back to back getting beat up. I'm not being taken at my word.
All I'm asking is what happened?
a little bit of truth.
When
there.
did someone kick you in the back?
No, I probably didn't get kicked in the back, but I've been kicked at, and I had to move back and answer back. I come back with what I have. You throw bones at me, I'm going to come back with what I have.
General.
Wow, bro.
General, dude.
I think I answered that question
No.
Like a
toot sweet
politician.
and real
yeah.
well.
Really
You are
PC.
so far away from the answer. Your breath smells like gingivitis at its beginnings.
Man, that's a convoluted metaphor.
You know what
but
he needs to do? He needs to go to
So
Burning
are
Man.
yours.
You need to
Yeah.
go to Burning Man and get real with yourself.
Yeah, jump in.
that's in poor taste.
Well,
after
either
you-
you're going to answer us or you're not barbecue Billy. Let's go, guy.
That might be the best way. to
How
end it.
hard is it to know how you
Jump
hurt
in.
your back? I got oldies at the senior center that know when theirs went out. Okay.
This has been Harland Williams, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this
Look at his face.
episode. He's going to be on tour. Harland, your stand-up comedy tour, when not doing a puppy show and Crinkle Crafts, You'll be at the Crystal Bay Club Casino.
That already happened. Not
Wow.
Stand Up Live, Phoenix,
Jimmy
Arizona.
Kimmel, Vegas. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, Las Vegas, December 15th through the 18th.
Ooh.
Then one of the greats, Stand Up Live, Phoenix,
Ooh, love that
AZ,
room.
January 20th, 22nd.
Love that room.
You know what I really want to plug though, guys?
What, buddy?
Outside of Crinkle Crafts is I have a podcast I do now
Oh, thanks for having us on.
called The Harland Highway. It's
had me
new.
on.
It's
You had me
brand
on.
new.
How new?
Like 5 months. It's brand new.
Okay.
Great podcast.
The kid was on.
you came on?
Would you want to come on?
I'm in, dude.
You would?
Yeah, can we paint babies with peanut butter?
Well, you'll see what'll happen,
Oh,
guy.
you have no idea what might happen.
But it's called The Harland Highway, and I'd love you guys to check it out. And then I also have my website, harbling.com, where I hand draw my own T-shirts.
Oh, sweet.
You do?
Yeah,
Can I see some of those?
Yeah, there I go to
Sasso on.
Yeah, Will Sasso.
harbling.com.
Friend of the show, Will Sasso.
And I draw these shirts, and if you scroll down, you can go to the gallery. There they are.
I like the Kung Fu Carrot. I like the Harlan face on that. I
And
like the
if you
creepy
click
guy.
that little arrow on the right, you can scroll through them, and you
Boy.
can
And they're
order.
one of one.
Oh, that's a specific. But if you go
Coffee
back,
Monster. I'd
Coffee
love you to make
Monster.
some of my merch. What would you do for me?
that little arrow there on the right. There's
For some reason, it
Yeah.
goes to that cup.
Keep clicking. There.
there it is.
There
See,
it is.
these
Oh,
are.
you use
I
people
like
of
the
color,
Coffee
too.
Monster.
I draw right on the shirts with Sharpies.
Really?
And then I sell the original shirt, and then after the original sold, we make prints of all of them. There's a stinky squid fart. I know you like those.
I love those. That's great.
I
That's
like
why they
them.
call you Calamari Pete
Oh wow, I
You.
love the.
I didn't know
over
that.
at the chiropractor clinic where you hurt your back.
I like the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely an animator. These are good.
My eyes. Ah, dear God, my
Yeah.
These
so
are great, man.
thanks, man. So-
wow.
And
that guy-
that's how Brian hurt his back.
yeah, that's
There's
how
an
Brian.
actual
There it
drawing.
is. That's a picture of you hurting your back,
so you set
sniffing
me
your
up
own
knowing
ass.
the answer the
Yes.
whole time. God damn it, Harlan.
That's right.
We love you, man.
Harlan
I'll
Williams.
definitely
Thank
do
you,
your show.
guys.
Be-
Thank
where
you.
gonna
That's
be?
me.
I'll be in Boston, Massachusetts, Laugh Boston, December 29, 30, 31, San Diego, California, Mic Drop Comedy Club, January 5, 6, 7. Harlan Williams will probably come down and open for me. Fort Wayne, Indiana, Summit Comedy Club, January 13, 14. I got Dania, Florida, January 19, 2021. Nashville, Tennessee, March 2, 3, 4. New York City, Sony Hall. Tickets left March 11th, one night only in New York City, then West Nyack, New York, Levity Live, March 16th.
And Daddy's taking February off. Those are
Yes,
in
I
March. I think we only added one date so far, but 2023 is going to be busy. It's
a good pick.
But we have the tickets to be up soon. But it's Tampa Improv, Tampa Bay, Florida is is January 20 through the 21st, and that will be up. And the next, I'm in Springfield, Missouri. Springfield, where The Simpsons is from. That's not true. February 3rd through the 4th. Then Naples, Oklahoma City's on the Tacoma. Get your tickets, thickboy.com, FATKZ.com. All right, Harlan, we love you, dude.
Thank you for having
the
me,
best.
guys. Yeah.
Such a good time,
Thank
man.
you
So
so
fucking
much.
funny.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We're out.